Step into the place where legends play and superstars perform, from concerts to kickoffs. This is where unforgettable moments are made. Explore VIP and premium spaces, walk through the team locker rooms, and take the field like the pros. Even try your shot at a field goal. It's more than a tour, it's your all-access pass. This is your chance to see SoFi Stadium like never before. Book your tour now at SoFiStadium.com.
Hey, it's Mace. This year marks the 90th anniversary of Social Security, a cornerstone of financial security in America. For 9 decades, it has kept hundreds of millions of Americans out of poverty, given families across the country peace of mind and dignity in retirement. That's why AARP will never stop fighting to protect the Social Security payments you earned. Learn more at aarp.org/CA. That's aarp.org/CA. Paid for by AARP California.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. The Rich Eisen Show is coming to 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It is Travis Rogers. It is DeMarco Farr. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Mornings 9 to noon right here on 710. And here we go. It is time for the Arrowhead Mountain Springwater first pitch. First pitch. As Greg Bergman joins the fellas to talk all things boys in blue and the Halos. Arrowhead Mountain Springwater. Nothing else. Nothing else. Here first pitch every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 9:30 as we bring you all that baseball talk you love. First thing in your day. Live from LA Live on 710 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app. And watch it on YouTube Live at ESPN Los Angeles. The Travis and DeMarco Show and First Pitch with Craig Bergman, made possible by Arrowhead Mountain Springwater. Right now.
Get your butt up! Hey, me and AK 3 in a row have been sitting here for the better part of 15 minutes chopping it up, talking about how much fun yesterday was. I met Sasha.
It was a great show yesterday.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't get to meet Meta World Peace. I almost called him Ron Artest.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Is that his still name right now? I think it's something else.
I don't want to make the guy
I'm
mad.
not 100% sure that's what Meta's going by these days.
It might be like Ron World Peace or Meta
Panda's
Artest.
friend.
Hello, Mr. Artest. I think I'd be safe with that.
I did not actually see him until after the tournament when Emily and I were sitting down and eating with a couple people from the Lakers.
Yeah.
I think it might have actually been after Emily left, but
he was sitting over my bag and said, "Okay, excuse me."
He was sitting on your bag.
Not on it, over
your bag. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But ran into Meta there, caught up with him. Just remains a really, really good.
We
dude.
were chopping it up, talking about Ron Artest, talking about his story. We were having fun. And then Greg walks in and starts moving stuff around. Turn the music down.
Pull
the microphones. Have me move my cup to the
fine.
other side of the table.
Well, yeah, but
just come into the party and sit down.
Well, I was, sitting down. I had 5 minutes in between Blue Review and the show starting, and I have to get set up and move everything
His
around.
name is Corporate Greg for a reason.
You're like my wife.
Exactly.
You open the windows, you turn off the AC,
Corporate
we're all
Greg has
happy.
kind of gone away. I need to change
You're Blue Review Greg now. And you're very happy. I think you're very excited.
Blue Review.
I think you're
moving
excited.
to 6:30 starting next week.
Really? No way. Okay. But you are excited about the Dodgers, correct?
Absolutely.
You're starting to see signs of life. This is what they look like. And you're eating Big Crow, aren't you? You have to. Admit to the world you're eating crow about Clayton Kershaw. You thought he was dead.
100%.
Okay.
I will eat that crow and chomp on all the bones if I need to. Whatever I have to.
Tell me how excited you are. How excited you are.
Is there an animal, by the way, that sounds more disgusting to eat when you have to do that than
it's
crow?
disgusting.
Crow sounds so unappealing.
Like what they eat is also the stuff off the side of the road. It's.
I just want you to marvel and tell me how miraculous this is that he's actually pitching this well this late into his career and this season.
I am very, very impressed and shocked that this is what it is. Totally thought that he was coming here just to do this year was just to get his 3,000 strikeouts. Instead, he's been one of the best pitchers on this team, if not kind of the most consistent on this team. In the month of August, he is 5-0 with a 1.88 ERA and 19 strikeouts. Like that's
legit.
That's crazy.
That's great
for
pitching.
a guy that his age that doesn't have the strikeout stuff that he used to have.
Now,
that's not fair to say. That's great for for what he used to be.
That's just great.
That's great.
That's just
period.
great.
That's
It's
what I'm
great.
saying.
But
It's just great. Period.
But
yeah.
it's great in
the level of what he was.
I think when Greg is talking about compared to what he used to be, it's not even so much a compensation for age or like the idea of, it's pretty good for the old guy. It's taking into account he's had to adjust.
Yeah.
Because he's not pitching the way that he used to when he could overpower you with speed and velocity and stuff. Like, this is precision, like more of a Maddox-style pitcher that we never saw before with Kershaw. Like, it is him doing something different.
It's freaking terrifying, though.
I will eat that crow.
Right.
And all the bones.
Yes. Somebody's going to catch up to that cheese, and oh, my God.
But what he's doing is that he talked about it after the game when in his press conference.
Yeah.
He was talking about how he knew from the very first batter, my slider is not working. So that means that I have to go arm side and I have to go to all these other different type of pitches and use those more often because this pitch is not working. I'm not going to find it. I'm going to start using something else. And he's still getting dudes out. And like he just is just such an amazing pitcher that he understands. He is the absolute definition of a pitcher. We've talked about it before. The closest thing to Greg Maddux that there is right now. He went from having a 95 to 97 velocity down to like 89.
I trusted Maddux. I trust his stuff more, Maddux, than I do Kershaw's. I'm like holding on. Every time he lets it go, I'm holding my breath.
Well, you know what I think some of it is? With Greg Maddux, that was always Greg Maddux. Like, Greg Maddux was never the guy that was overpowering
you. Never had to get to
even
this.
in his prime. Like, he was always the professor.
Right.
This is a different version of Kershaw.
Right.
So, in a lot of ways, the sample size isn't big enough for you just to feel like this is who he is, the bottom won't fall out.
True.
Like, that the rest of the league won't eventually adjust him. As opposed to Maddux, who did this his whole career,
and it is weird
and nobody figured it out.
Because Kershaw is so damn big. I'm shocked that that's coming out of a guy that big. You know what I mean? Like Maddux, his stuff actually fits his body type. You would think with Kershaw, he's thrown over 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because of how
he's
big
a big
he is.
dude.
Right. You're not expecting the stuff that bends, but amazing. And it's nice to have a guy behind you or behind the plate like Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did hear Kershaw give him most of the credit for last night.
Well, yeah, because Will Smith is back there kind of leading him to where he wants the game to go. And Will Smith is one of the best, if not the best in the game right now at calling a game and working with these different pitchers. And which is weird too, because Will Smith was never Kershaw always had his own specific catcher. He had AJ Ellis. It was Austin Barnes. He was working with Dalton Rushing when Dalton Rushing first came up, and they were kind of just still working it all out.
He kind of always had the catcher that wasn't the catcher,
right,
for the rest of the team.
Because you think about it, if you're that guy, you can say like, I'm going to take you away, and you are going to work specifically with me, and everybody else is going to work with the main catcher. So you're mine, and everybody else will get used somewhere else.
Yeah.
But he's working with Will and finding ways to work with Will.
I don't care that you can't hit.
Right.
I don't care that you can't. Yeah. That's the rest of the other guy's problem, not my problem.
All I know is Austin Barnes got a massive, massive hit in 2020 to beat the Rays and Blake Snell. He got the single that turned it over and got Blake Snell out of the game.
Speaking of the Rays.
Sure.
Clayton Kershaw, his month of August has been amazing. Have we reached a point now where it's starting to become very difficult to talk about a postseason rotation that doesn't include him? And the reason I say, speaking of the Rays, one of the guys that gets talked about as automatically in the rotation is Tyler Glasnow, in part because, the stuff. But there's also the idea of Kershaw in the postseason. And I get it. I think some of it's exaggerated, but I get it. Like, he's had real struggles. Glasnow in the playoffs has largely been terrible. Like, terrible.
So Glasnow is, I still trust Glasnow to be who he is. When he's on, and I think, there's a lot of feedback going on right there.
That's Clinton Yates coming in.
What's up, CY?
See
Studio
how
just became more handsome.
How he just came in and sat down, so he didn't move stuff.
Yeah.
Is there an issue with this
he's
earlier?
in the middle of the conversation. It's
okay.
a little bit different.
I wasn't talking. I was just
dropping
in.
Fine.
Yes.
Glasnow, I think what you're going to see from Glasnow now is because he takes time off every single season, right? That's going to happen. Because he took off so much of the season, and he's been very, very good recently. He's a little bit up and down. He'll have a good start, bad start, good start, bad start. And it's not really because he's getting hits. It's because he's walking guys, and he's wild. So in the playoffs, I really feel like that because he had all that time off, and then now his ramp up period basically is right now into the postseason. I feel good about him in the postseason as long as something doesn't happen with his foot sliding.
What did
You mean
say
from a
it was-
health standpoint?
It was 10 appearances, right?
10 appearances.
I was shocked by the 10 that he actually made it that far. It didn't break
It's-
down.
I
just think it's
I don't trust Glass now. I think he's soft.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, a
just to
fiat?
say it
He's a fiat.
in a
Different.
play. Yeah, yeah.
They're two different things. Soft, I
No,
agree with.
I just mean in terms of the starters that exist right now for the Dodgers, he's the one I trust the least. Not just from a health standpoint. I mean from a stuff standpoint.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's that guy. I mean, his stuff is good. He's not.
And again, he's been awful.
The
in
playoff
playoffs.
makeup is not what it needs to be, in my opinion, to trust him the way that you could. And if they're playing a 3-game series, he's the one sitting.
Okay, so
He's the one sitting. Okay, yeah.
he's the one sitting. So
For
you're
me.
okay. So it's gonna be Yamamoto,
Yes.
Snell,
Yes.
and who?
Well, I mean, that's where
Show?
the question.
It's either Shohei or Kershaw. Kershaw has been
Sheehan.
phenomenal.
Yeah, or
Sheehan's
Sheehan.
been
And I
really
was
good.
saying,
So let's take Sheehan out of that right now.
What?
He had a tremendous appearance the other day.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. That was one. He has really good stuff. If you watch that game, he was either completely dominant or getting barreled up or guys in the corner outfielders, which shockingly had to make amazing plays.
that's fine by me.
If those things drop, which they very well could have, Conforto stole a home run or a double, really, which was shocking.
Okay, well, I was saying to counter that point, I was saying this yesterday. I mean, the reason why Sheehan is in the mix because Sheehan is good right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if that stays up, this is not a team that has to worry about all these projections. Pitch the guys who are playing the best. And for me, that's where Sheehan has a place. I'm not saying that's a given. I'm saying if it's not going to be Kershaw, that's a reason why I would go to Sheehan is what I'm getting at. But Kershaw's looking, I was talking to Buster Olney earlier today. He's got his Jamie Moyer on. I don't know if you remember who Jamie Moyer is.
Absolutely.
Crafty lefty. He's operating on deception. You know what I'm saying? He's not operating on pure stuff. And so and again, in a 3-game situation, I would trust Clayton in that spot.
Okay,
so you're
let me
taking out
make-
Otani then.
Let me make you the
Yeah.
manager for 1 second. And you have Clayton Kershaw, who continues to, what did you say? He has his Jamie Moyer
Yes,
on.
exactly.
Continues to pitch well. And Sheehan continues to pitch well. And he gets even better. What do you do with Kershaw at the end there?
I mean, I think you got to ask him. I think we've talked about this a little bit before. He's a guy that I trust to know his own stuff as much as anybody.
Kershaw.
Kershaw, that is. But, the Otani question is another one as well. I don't know. I just don't love the idea of Otani pitching and I don't know. I don't know where I am on that yet.
Really?
I need
That's
to
wild.
see a little bit more from him on the mound before I'm really in a position where I think I'm starting this guy, I'm hitting this guy, and that's just what we're going to do.
That's not necessarily a bad way to be thinking right now,
Yeah,
especially
you know,
when you
I
have
don't
a
think you're
lead.
penciling
Yeah.
him in.
You're looking at when it comes to Otani, he has to be able to get through 5. He has not gotten through 5 just
Exactly.
yet. So
Yeah.
in the start against the Angels, he shoved through 4 and then kind of gave it up in the 5th inning, so he was taken out. He didn't get through 5 against the Rockies and kind of got batted around. Elevation, all that stuff,
Sure,
that all
sure.
comes into play. Doesn't matter. What he does today at 540 against the Reds is going to say a lot. But really, what he does, what happens between Kershaw and Otani in September, who is pitching the best down the stretch? Because look, if Otani is going out there throwing 101 miles an hour, getting 8 strikeouts, going through five innings, and only giving up a run or 2. We're going to sit here and say to you, like, how do you not put this guy into the rotation? And you always pitch him, the day before an off day.
I
you're
think
fine.
the way you say that is if you don't need him to pitch, you don't throw him. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. And I don't know that. I mean, I see what your point. If he's the best pitcher on the staff,
right,
it's tough to keep him off. But again, he's not like pitching is all he does. And
he's a pitcher that hits well, as in his mind.
Yeah,
just so
but
we're clear.
when you're somebody that runs the bases the way I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I still haven't decided in my head. Yeah, what I think the biggest skill set to bring him to the table is.
And necessity.
Right.
Like Otani pitching is a luxury for this team.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a necessity.
I would agree with that.
I think it's a good point, and I don't think that it is not a necessity, but when you're going into the postseason and you feel like we need to have our best guys out there, you're going to look at who your best guys are. Yamamoto and Snell are in 100%. I think Glasnow, as much as you don't like it,
he'll be there.
Is in 100%.
He'll be there.
He's in the mix.
So now you're going between Otani and Kershaw. I think that's the reason I don't think Sheehan is even in the conversation right now.
Okay.
I wonder if he could force his way in.
I'll
there.
say
He
this.
could.
He
I wonder.
can, but
That'd
I
be a
can
great
see-
problem to have.
I can see him being that long reliever instead of Wroblewski because of what his age is, because he's younger, because he's more of a rookie that he can go out there and be somebody for a couple innings if you need it.
Sure.
Be the piggyback to either Kershaw or Otani, but I don't see him being one of the starters for that exact.
By the way, you can't pitch Otani in relief. Because
No.
then if you take him out, then he's out of the game.
Correct.
The rule does
I
not
also don't know when he's going to warm up.
Yeah, so
I don't know
you
how to use that cannon. I'm
right. I mean, it's a weird
relying on you
situation, but it's
Only
real.
if he is closing out a game, closing out a series.
If he's and
then there's off days after.
But the problem is if he actually gives it up, you can't put him back.
No. Yeah, I'm saying you can't use him in relief because of the rules.
I know.
That's not just a man management thing. That's a legitimate he's out of the game if you don't use him as a starter as a pitcher and he comes in the game and he comes out as a reliever, he's got to leave the game.
See, this
or
is
you
why
lose, you lose the DH.
This is why I like football. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy. This is very complicated. Football is very easy.
Well, I mean, honestly, the Otani situation is kind of
super easy.
The Otani
This is
situation
weird.
is kind of complicated. Now, this is the last thing I'll say about this regarding Glasnow. I probably would take Glasnow over what I think could be a risky situation with Otani, just from a wear and tear standpoint. I'm really thinking about that a lot. That's what it is.
We're not done with that. You know who else made me happy when I saw him up to bat? Is Kike. Your swag is back.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice to have your swag back?
A little injection.
Love it. Let's talk about that a little bit next.
Yes, and see, you brought 3 cans. Clinton walked in.
Now
It
you have
worked
one
out.
too. There you go.
See, there you go.
So do you want
What
the
happens here?
lime prickly
This-
pear? Do you want the
I'll
mango?
take the prickly pear.
Prickly pear.
You are
Prickly
you
pear.
are
I am
prickly
a
pear.
prickly- I knew you were going to say that.
I don't care which one.
All right, first pitch is always brought to you by Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Nothing else.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, there we go.
All right. How about
Oh, it's delicious.
Nectar of the gods.
We've changed Andy. Andy is fully on board with the Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water.
Love it. Travis and DeMarco,
Changed
710
me.
ESPN.
This is the Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water first pitch on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Nothing else. More of first pitch next on 710.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey guys, Sedano and Cap here, and we're going to the mornings. Cappy, are you ready?
I am not ready, but I will be ready on September 2nd.
Man, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. And Chris, you're not invited until you get us what we need, okay?
Ooh.
And if you're in the audience, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And I'm sure you're not crying that Morales won't be on, that I may ban him right from the gate, okay? Right out of the gate, ban. Bam, that, Morales. All right? So Sedano and Cap, Tuesday, September 2nd, 7 a.m., Jack.
You know I love the outdoors and adventures. Hey, it's Travis calling all adventurers. Page, Arizona is your ultimate outdoor playground. Snap that iconic shot at Horseshoe Bend. Then hike the stunning 11-mile rim trail. Explore one of 13 breathtaking slot canyons, including world-famous Antelope Canyon. Craving water fun? Cruise Lake Powell by kayak, jet ski, or houseboat, or float the Colorado River to Lee's Ferry. Make Page your base camp for day trips to Grand Canyon, Zion, and the Wave. Start planning your trip today at visitpageaz.com.
Labor Day savings are on now at George Chevrolet. Don't miss out on the hottest deals of the summer. Take advantage of incredible Labor Day specials on the top-selling Chevy models like the rugged Colorado, to the family-sized Traverse, or the track-ready Corvette Stingray. And with federal EV rebates ending soon, now is the best time to lock in maximum savings on the full lineup of electrified Chevy models. Hurry in, Labor Day savings won't last. Visit George Chevrolet of the 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, it's Travis. Every legend has a story, and those stories are kept at Legends Attic in Claremont. Legends Attic is the premier sports memorabilia gallery and store that offers a unique blend of rare and iconic collectibles. It's a community for sports fans and collectors, so go check it out for yourself. Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of Claremont. Visit legendsattic.com and be sure to follow Legends Attic on all social media platforms so you can stay connected to know about their upcoming signings and special events with Hall of Famers and pro players.
It's the summer tradition fantasy football fans wait for. The ESPN LA Fantasy Football Draft Party at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Sedano and Cab live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then stick around to hang out with the crew and dive into all the fantasy football action. Whether you're drafting your team or just soaking up the atmosphere, enjoy great food, drinks, giveaways, and the chance to connect with fellow fans. Thursday, August 28th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details. Thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Park. Party, play.
Introducing Golden Hour, our new mango dragon fruit sparkling spring water. Arrowhead, straight from the west. T2, Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text SIZZLE to 369-369. That's SIZZLE to 369-369. SIZZLE to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. This is the Arrowhead Mountain Springwater first pitch with Greg Bergman, talking all things boys in blue and the Halos. Arrowhead Mountain Springwater, nothing else. Let's get back to first pitch right now on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710.
Yeah. Get it. That's right. We're back. Travis and DFAR, a.k.a. Greg. Clinton Yates stopping by.
What up?
Something else I want to throw at you about the Dodgers.
The Dodgers?
How does this feel? And we'll get back into the Cracker Barrel conversation later.
Nice. Nice.
This is fun. Freddie Freeman batting title. How do you feel about that? Freddie Freeman going for the batting title. He has a shot at the batting title.
He does, but that's what's going on in baseball right now. Nobody hits over 300, and he's one of the only, I think there's only 2 guys that are batting over 300 in all of Major League Baseball right now.
Yes.
And he's one of them. Yeah, it's great.
Rooting for it? Hope it happens?
I actually wanted Will Smith to get it, but he kind of went through a downswing. A huge home run from Will Smith yesterday.
Yes.
Really excited about that. But yeah, if he gets it, awesome. I don't think it's something that he's gunning for. I think he just wants to hit consistently.
I thought there was a thing because he was kind of dumped here by the Braves.
No. I think what the part of that conversation, I don't know how well you know this, DeMarco, is that Freddie Freeman is a gamer in the true sense. Like, he tries to play 162 every year. Yep. And that's not necessarily something every guy does. So I think that's probably, he posts, as they say, in the business. That's probably the reason why he's going to get closer to this than a lot of guys, because you're not going to see him taking days off. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that Freeman has been a hallmark of his career, which I think is probably going to get him closer to this than anything.
Yeah. No, and he's really started to heat up too. He's found a swing. You can tell when Freddie Freeman is not hitting well. He's angry.
Yeah, and his feet don't look right. Yeah.
No, it all doesn't look right. He'll get a single up the middle, and because it was on the ground, he's going to be pissed at himself.
There's also something to say about Freddie's consistency across his career. He's averaging 300 for his career. He's at 302 right now. It's something that people don't really necessarily do anymore because it's the boom or bust nature of MLB. So there's something to be said about Freddie's remarkable consistency.
That's what I thought we'd be counting this thing down. I guess I'm wrong about that.
Batting average doesn't mean the whole
it's not what it
world
used to be
anymore.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not used to basking in World Series glow every year.
Well, no. Batting
this
average.
This is a big deal to other people.
Right.
Batting average as a stat is very throughout baseball, not just because of the Dodgers. Throughout baseball, and Clinton knows this is not that big of a deal.
No, it's really been devalued for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, on base percentage, OPS, those are a little bit more.
I'm holding
important.
it down for
what were you going to say?
I was going to say, when you mentioned that Freddie is a gamer, he's also he's a professional.
Yeah.
Like he is a very much a professional in the way he goes about approaching all of this. Like, this is his craft. This is his job. We saw it last year. If anybody had a reason to step away from the team for however long he wanted with that situation going on with his son, it would have been Freddie, and nobody would have criticized him in an iota.
Way.
And you could see that he wanted to get back to this as quickly as he could. Once the situation with his son had started to calm down and he could feel comfortable being away from him, he wanted to get back to us because, again, this is his job. This is the thing that he does.
Right, and then he became World Series MVP with massive hits over and over and over again.
He's the man. Quickly getting back to the Otani thing and why I'm concerned about it is I don't feel comfortable, and maybe this is because I was staring at this play with my eyeballs when he hurt himself on the base paths in the World Series last year, and his shoulder was an off thing. I just don't feel that any circumstance that puts him at risk of getting out of the lineup is worth doing. And for whatever reason, I don't feel that his pitching is necessary to win the World Series title. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the purpose of
at all or starting
at all.
I
really no.
Well,
I don't.
No role you can put him in.
Again, what you can do and what you should do are not the same.
Well,
and for me, I don't think you need that.
To Clinton's point, and I want to make it clear, this is not Kershaw. I mean, this is not Otani's fault per se, but I think it reflects what Clinton's talking about. For as well as Otani has pitched, for the most part, since he's been doing that, the Dodgers have almost nothing to show for it. He is personally 0-1. They're below 500 in the games that he's pitched, which again is not Otani's
That's a thing.
fault.
Yeah.
But it speaks to
I
the
never
idea.
looked at it that way.
Yeah. It speaks to the idea of, is it actually necessary? Are they actually really benefiting from it?
So there's a couple points that go along with that, and that when he's pitching, he actually hits very, very well. The day after he pitches, he does not hit very well at all. So now they're starting to give him days off in the day after. That's why he has to pitch on a day. If it does pitch in the postseason, he has to pitch on a day that you have an off day the next day.
That becomes a travel day, too, in that situation.
So he actually does hit well when he's pitching. But also, if it's not going to be Otani, and let's just take that for what it's worth, then you're saying you don't trust Glasnow in any sense at all.
That's a personal taste. I'm not saying I don't start
but
Glasnow.
you're not alone in that.
Yeah,
most people don't trust Glasnow because of what you said, where he has these bad.
I don't even trust Glasnow to 100% be healthy and available for the playoffs.
Again, you're not alone in that. So if you don't trust him, then you're putting into Emmett Sheehan, who had a really good outing, but is also very young and is still trying to figure out who he is and whether he's going to be on this team when it comes in the postseason. So he's fighting for that job. So then you're going to place Glasnow and Sheehan into that rotation with question marks.
Well, I mean, let's be clear here also. It's not like Otani's got some massive number of playoff wins on the mound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have no idea what that's going to look like.
We just assume he can do it because we assume Otani can do anything.
It's literally never happened. You don't even know how that's going to go.
So whenever Otani has a big situation in front of him, what typically ends up happening? He does the most amazing thing you've ever seen happen before at any time. When he pitched against Mike Trout in the WBC 2 years ago, he struck out Mike Trout to end because you were there.
We remember, right? I
So
mean, but that was a different situation. There's something about me, and maybe this is just kind of an inkling. I just don't love the idea of using him if you don't have to, because his bat is too important and his speed is too important. I mean, maybe that's just me being overly cautious, but there's something about it that I would rather not have as the main option is Otani pitching in the playoffs just because. Now, you get all the way to the World Series or something. You know what I'm saying? And you've got a hurt arm, and you're really in it. Okay.
Nice luxury to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not rolling out a playoff roster with him as a starting pitcher if I don't have to.
As a sideshow, it's so much fun. I never thought about him pitching as a
lot of wear and tear, different
to the Dodgers.
Different mental strain. It's just different.
I think what happens in September is really going to be very, very telling.
Yeah.
Who pitches the best in September and moving into the postseason? Because if it's not Kershaw was great in August. If he's not great in September, they're not going to use him. If Glasnow, to your point, is just a mess in September and Otani's great, they're going to figure out something.
But I think
if Sheehan falls apart, it really depends on what's going to happen in September. And I think Otani, if he shoves all the way through, you're going to be saying to yourself, how do we not have that guy?
Unless I think what it comes down to is I hope this is a situation where the team can make a decision and not Otani makes the decision, if that makes sense. Like, pretty much everything to this point is Otani saying, I want to do this. Okay, you can do it. Go ahead, do whatever you want. I feel like this is one where I hope the team looks at this as more than just if he wants to, he can do it. That's what I'm hoping for from a sort of a man management standpoint.
I'm with you on that. I think Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts have final say in all of this stuff, and that's exactly what it's going to come down to. So, Friedman we trust always.
Okay, one more thing. So this, what do you think of this? If the Dodgers actually pull off the sweep versus the Reds, who haven't been swept all season, that does what? Because they're off to a good start, they're playing good baseball. It seems like you're getting all these things together. The ifs we talked about are all coming together. So if you do find a way to sweep the Reds, that means what to you guys?
It shows you that you've got a decent competitive edge going into teams that are probably going to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think a team like the Dodgers right now is really you're most concerned about what to do. For example, the Yankees have like the softest schedule in the world coming up at the end of the year. They're going to be playing a bunch of teams that nobody's going to care about. And if they pound them, you don't care. Beating somebody who's actually pretty good, sweep or not, I think does tell you a little bit about what it takes to win. And that, Kike's back and all that. Like, yeah, I look, right now, the Dodgers are in performance mode. I'm not worried about speculation. I'm worried about what can you do right now because they're that close to the playoffs,
Yeah.
You agree? I like
that.
that.
No, I do agree because it doesn't mean anything in the long run. It means something for them in their psyche right now. The fact that you have now will win 4 games in a row, which they haven't done since the end of June in the beginning of July.
Can't be a bad thing.
Yeah,
No.
They're all starting to. That means that your offense is starting to look like your offense is supposed to. You means your pitching staff is looking like it's supposed to. Your bullpen is looking like it's supposed to. That those little mistakes that we were talking about, throwing to the wrong bases or letting balls drop in front of you or over your head, those are not happening. So you're starting to see your full team back with guys that you need back coming back probably about next week. You got Kike. Muncy is supposed to be back in the next road trip. Tommy Edman is making his way.
Yeah, you
back.
forgot about Max Muncy, didn't you?
I forgot about Max Muncy.
Right. So that means guys like while he was great defensively,
in my pocket. I'm so happy.
that means you're not going to be using Alex Freeland as much.
Yes.
Buddy Kennedy is already gone. That means that Michael Conforto is going to have time taken away from him by Kike and possibly Hesson Kim. It means that you're going to have your everything full that we haven't had in so long.
Here it comes.
You guys
so
are
this
missing.
is Dodger happiness. This is what I'm looking at. This is what,
I feel like
pretty locked and loaded.
This is it.
To what they're supposed to be. This is where the start. It's not there yet. Still need to see more. But this is what the Dodgers are supposed to look like.
My biggest takeaway, if the Dodgers sweep the Reds, is that the Sedano and Cap Morning Show debuts on Tuesday, September 2nd, 7 a.m. each weekday. There will be a YouTube-only hour for the sickos who like to watch at 9 a.m. So when the Rich Eisen Show begins at 9 a.m. on 710, the morning crew keeps rolling on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. All begins with the all-new fall lineup. Football season Tuesday, September 2nd.
Real Cracker Barrel of laughs there.
I like that. Nice job. Yes, sir.
All right, first pitch is always brought to you by Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water. Nothing else. We'll do it again tomorrow, boys.
All right, so yesterday we talked to Byron Scott. And every time I see Mr. Scott, because he is a legend and I will respect him as such, he brings up this Michael Thompson thing. Unsolicited, he says, I whipped Michael Thompson.
He likes to solicit it.
Yeah.
He always
Byron
talks
Scott,
about
member of the Hands community. There's a lot of Byron Scott fight stories out there.
But I've never got the Michael Thompson side of this. So Michael Thompson will join us next, so we can clear this up.
All right,
Travis
I'm here for
DeMarco,
that.
710 ESPN.
The 2025 regular season for the LA Rams kicks off Sunday, September 7th at SoFi Stadium against the Houston Texans. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff with Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens. Kickoff at 1:25 p.m. from the Palace in Inglewood. Hear every moment right here.
On your home for Rams football in the Southland, 710 ESPN, and of course, on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense, use Thrive, and protect your business.
Hey, soccer fans, want to be at the biggest match of the season? San Antonio Cardinale Wine is giving you the chance to win 2 tickets, plus flights and hotel to the final match of the season. Feel the roar of the crowd, the energy of every goal, and see who will raise the cup live and in person. Don't wait. Head to soccerdreamticket.com and enter now. That's soccerdreamticket.com. Brought to you by San Antonio Cardinale, the perfect game day wine. Enter today at soccerdreamticket.com.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Looking for an easy way to save energy and earn money? With Clean Power Alliance's Power Response Home program, you can do both. Simply reduce your electricity use with small actions, such as unplugging appliances or air drying laundry during times of high energy demand. You could earn $20 just for signing up. Power Response. Great for your wallet and for the planet. Get paid to power down today at cleanpoweralliance.org/home.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I'm still trying to make sense of this Shohei, when you can use him type stuff. That was a very intriguing thing by Clinton Yates. You kind of have a good feel for it. We'll get into that, more of that later. But right now, and I was big-time Showtime fan, of course, so Byron Scott has been on my wall since I was a kid. And I told you, Michael Cooper almost punched me in the face because when I first met him, I told him the same thing. You have been on my wall forever. I had your Sports Illustrated cover on the wall. But remember what that cover looked like. It was Doc dunking on him. And I'm like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I meant you were like, you're larger than life. I just fumbled it. Anyway, so every time I see Byron Scott, which hasn't been that many times, handful of times on the radio just talking to him, he always brings up this thing with Michael Thompson.
I have the audio, by the way.
You do? Oh, can you play it? This is what he says almost every time I sit down with Byron Scott. Go ahead.
You can call him Bells because I rung his bell way back in the day when I whooped his ass. So I'm just saying.
He got quiet.
Yeah, of course he got quiet.
He claims it didn't happen.
Did you see it?
I was there.
He's 6'10", and he let a 6'4" guy whoop his ass in the locker room. But I kept telling him.
Ass, but knock him out.
I kept telling him.
Don't start a slap fight you don't want to finish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so in that moment, it was the first time I'm sitting there. They're sitting in between us, and I saw Michael Cooper and Byron Scott as teammates when they were in their 20s. You could tell. I could see them in basketball trunks. We're on the floor. They're Lakers. This is how it was. This is how it is. And they're talking about this story. But I'm like, why do you keep bringing this up?
So I had to slap out of him a few.
Michael, are you there?
Yeah.
Why does Byron keep bringing this story up? What is your side of this story? Was there really an ass whooping?
Well, it's the same story I heard about you in the Rams locker room.
You have never heard this story about me coming out of any locker room?
Yes, I have. I have heard a story about you, how Orlando Pace picked you up and body slammed you.
Orlando Pace has never picked me up and body slammed. Why are you getting mad at me? I'm asking you about Byron. Yes.
See, I heard that. I heard about you getting body slammed by Orlando Pace. So what's the difference?
Orlando Pace has never body slammed me. Orlando Pace tried to offer me like $25,000 for $75,000, and I wouldn't give it to him. You're going to be $76,000. As long as I'm here, I'm $75,000. You're going to have to wait. But he never body slammed me, no.
But I heard that's why he body slammed you, because you wouldn't give up the number.
See, Michael, I could call Orlando right now, and he can confirm that is not true.
There are also no other former Rams claiming that Pace body slammed DeMarco.
Deflect.
Everybody from Showtime claims this happened, Michael.
What's your story? Did something happen or no?
No, nothing happened. We were slap boxing in the locker room, and neither of us landed. It was basically like George Jefferson fighting Todd Willis.
So it's a fun thing. Okay. See. So you and I had to sit down. We had the pleasure of sitting down with Shane Mosley. I know there's like 4 or 5 guys at this station that truly like combat sports and boxing. So Michael is one of them. He might be at the top. So I know you know about fighting. I know you know how to fight. You threw a jab at Shane Mosley that was an educated jab. So I'm assuming you are 6'10", almost 7 feet. Byron Scott is not that. I'm assuming you might have taken it easy on him. Does that sound about right?
No, you're right about me. I'm a great fighter if I'm fighting a punching bag, as long as I'm not punching back. I look good throwing
Michael
punches.
is undefeated against the bag.
Okay.
Exactly.
So something happened. It is, but just why does he keep bringing it up? Is it like really some animosity, or is he just messing around with you?
Well, just messing around with you idiots in the media because you guys are so gullible you'll believe anything.
But Michael Cooper backed it up. Everybody that's played with
I've
you
heard
has
other
backed that
Showtime
up.
Lakers back it up, too.
Yes, they've all said it actually happened. Michael Cooper looked me dead in my eye and said, I was there, I saw it.
Well, I hate to say it, and I hate to admit it because I sound really elitist. I sound very cocky. But, since you bring it up, and I guess I have to give you a reason why they keep spreading the story around. It just came down to, guys, listen, you guys got to agree that I'm the second best-looking Laker in history next to Rick Fox. So obviously, when I was in that locker room, not only was I the best-looking, along with Kareem, I was the best well-read and the most educated. And so, since those guys had the rings and the basketball accomplishments over me, they had to do something to try to bring me down because I had the looks and intelligence over them. So they had to find a way to try to just, get at me and bring me down to their level.
It's
so they
making
all
sense
said,
now.
Let's tell everybody we beat him up. So
Except I think I've heard Kareem back up this story, too.
Okay, there's some truth in I'm starting to see what this is about, and there's truth in everything. I get it. It makes sense now. I hope you don't think this is like us coming at you. This is funny to me. It just
So
makes
I had
me
to slap
laugh.
out of him a few.
No, not I don't mind at all. But I understand why they keep spreading this urban myth or this locker room myth because they were just jealous.
I'm
of
not
my
sure if
looks
it's a
and my
myth, though.
intelligence.
I still love you. I'm not sure if it's a myth, but it's all good. Look, two things can be true at once. Isn't that what George says? That's what he always says.
Yep.
But didn't you used to go out with Whitney Houston? That's what I heard.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I used to go out with Whitney Houston.
Yeah. See, you could say anything and people will believe it.
Right, but there's nobody in Whitney's camp that will back this up. Again,
Wait a minute.
everybody in Showtime. Michael, you seem to be the only guy from the Showtime era who is claiming this didn't happen.
Wow.
Well, American judges, very biased, and so that's they're basically equivalent to Russian judges in the Olympics.
I think we know the answer, AK, and I love you, Michael. This is good stuff. But you know what? To a man, Robert Horry. He was indirectly talking about Luka. He pointed to his defense, like I asked him about his top five. Like, could Luka ever enter his top five? He said no. First thing he said was, my top five, they all play defense. Every single one of those guys, you ask about Luka, they always bring up defense and effort. Same with you.
Right.
He can score with the best. I think real improvement and real inspiration would come from what he does on the defensive end. Am I right about that?
See, that's why people like Willie Mays and Ken Griffey and Roberto Clemente are considered the greatest baseball players ever because they not only can beat you with the bat, but they can also beat you with the glove, win games with the glove, defense and offense. And to me, that's my criteria when it comes to basketball players. If you can affect the game equally on both ends of the floor. Yes, Luka can get you 40 points, but he'll also give up 40. Hakeem Olajuwon would get you 40 points, but he's going to shut down the lane and play incredible defense. It's like if you are a defensive
Byron slapped him again.
Byron slapped his phone?
Byron slapped his phone now. Michael, if you can hear us, thank you very much. That was awesome. I think we know the story.
Yeah, Michael got slapped.
I think so.
I think that's the full story. Soccer fans, join ESPN LA on Saturday, August 31st at Northgate's Mercado Gonzalez, that's the Gonzalez Market,
nice,
in Costa Mesa for the ultimate watch party.
Good job, Andy.
I just want to make sure everybody understands.
Muy bien, Andy.
The Gonzalez Market. As LAFC takes on San Diego FC, presented by San Antonio Cardinal Wine. Kickoffs at 7:45, so arrive early for food, drinks, prizes, and the ultimate game day wine. Don't miss it, Saturday, August 31st, Mercado Gonzalez.
Okay, do you know why I paused when he said me and Whitney? I'm like, how did you know? I'm not kidding. Like, how did you know that? Way back in the day. Anyway,
He's 6'10", and he let a 6'4" guy whoop his ass
Oh, my God.
in the locker room.
So funny. I think we know the story. Okay, so the curious case of Poop Hall. And we have the Far Side coming up next. Oh, I got a great story for you in the Far Side. I'll tell you about that next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen from NFL Network. The Rich Eisen Show is coming to 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Tuesday, September 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon, right after the all-new Sedano and Cap morning show.
The Rich Eisen Show, broadcasting live from Los Angeles every weekday. And now coming right here to ESPN LA.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
Craving that beach vibe? There's an Islands restaurant near you with all your favorites. Crafting your perfect Islands moments with classic burgers, fresh cut fries, local brews, and never-ending summer drinks. Visit your local Islands restaurant.
Dealing with slow drains, dips, and water pressure? Trust the experts at NextGen, the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Their expert technicians fix even the toughest of jobs. Get your stubborn drains working again with expert drain clearing for just $88. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with their 30-day guarantee. Call NextGen now at 833-3NEXTGen or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to book online. CSLB number 1011173, 30-day guarantee and $88 drain clearing requires accessible clean out and camera inspection.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
We will get into the Troy Ritter poop hall thing in a hot minute, and it's a simple explanation. There's a lot of gnashing of teeth about it, but we'll talk about it. But first, met Sasha. I don't live too far from his old house, and his neighbors are now friends of mine, and all they did was talk about him and how much of a great guy he was, and he lived up to every bit of that yesterday. Very happy to meet him. But that story he told about Kobe Bryant and facing him down, and you do what I do, you're just better than me. And I told him, I know what that feels like. And I told him, I said, when that guy that's better than you is in front of you, you're going to have to be that guy every single day because this is my birthright. What I'm doing here is what I was born to do. And I can't unseat you, but if you take a day off, I'm taking over. So I actually had that happen to me here as a rookie. His name was Sean Gilbert. You ever heard the name Sean Gilbert?
I do not remember
He was Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's from the University of Pittsburgh, just like Aaron Donald. If you stretched Aaron Donald out to 6'6" and made him 310 pounds, you would get Sean Gilbert. The only difference is Aaron went every single play. Sean went when he wanted to. When he wanted to, you couldn't stop him. If he didn't want to play that day, he was still
a
pretty good.
one-time Pro Bowler.
Yes.
I'm looking him up right now. One-time Pro Bowler with the Rams,
yes.
actually.
So he was here. He had made his bones before I got here, and I was a rookie, and I was planted right behind him. So I think at this point, after 5 years at UW, I know how to play. I'm ready. I'm ready for the pros. I didn't even care about the draft. Just let me on the field. I'll prove where I need to be. I'll make my own bones. But he was better than me. He was bigger, stronger, faster, could do everything I could do just a little bit better, and he was bigger and stronger. And I looked at him and told him the same thing. You're good. I'm coming. If you take a day off, I'm taking your spot. And you know this. It was all unspoken. It was just me. So when we go to these things and you've gone out to practice and you've seen one-on-one pass rush, O-line, D-line. Have you seen this before when you guys go out to practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It is the glamour spot of practice. Everybody crowds around. So if you talk to coaches and players, especially offensive players, one-on-one is not a fair drill. Everybody in the world knows it's pass. There's no run threat. The defensive lineman just gets the tee off, and you have to stop them. So it's a defensive drill. As a defender, your job is to win at least 75% of those rushes. 75% is standard. You have to win 3 out of 4. And that fourth one, you cannot get your butt kicked or you may be out of here. You're supposed to win that drill. So every time Sean went in that drill and won clean, I would win faster. I was telling you, you're going to have to be this great every single time. And I'm lining up behind you. So the same guard you just beat, I'm going to beat the same way. Maybe even faster.
What's really interesting about that, though, and I was there for the conversation you were having about Sasha, and Sasha talking about the idea of, I'm going to at least push Kobe. Like, I'm going to do my best to push Kobe in these practices, sort of protect my space on this team. Where I think, though, it gets really interesting is, like, Sean Gilbert was a good player.
But the great player, yeah.
But the gap between you and Sean Gilbert apparently was not that big. And and at some point, the gap shifted to where you were the better player. With somebody like Kobe, there's only so much Sasha can actually push him because the gap is that much bigger. Like, I remember when Shannon Brown was with the Lakers,
right?
And he eventually started getting the playing time that was Sasha's. Like, he became Kobe's primary backup. I remember during an exit interview, I think Shannon was in a contract year at that point, and he was about to enter free. Yeah, I liked
looking dude. Yeah,
I liked Shannon when I covered him a lot. Yeah, I really liked him. Wrote a couple profiles on him and stuff like that.
Light-colored eyes, right?
Yeah,
look like a pitbull. Yeah.
But I remember asking him, like, look, you're entering free agency. One of the things you have to think about is the economics of your career and, like, the longevity of your career. And some of that comes down to opportunity.
Right.
And there is only so much you can excel and so much space you can carve out on a team where Kobe plays your position.
Right. I felt the same way. Now, here's how this story ended for me. Kobe, different animal, I get you. But as a coaching staff, because I'm not taking a backward step, like I said, this is what I feel is my birthright. You're going to have to find a way to play us both. You are. Because I'm not backing up 1 inch, and I'm forcing him to be better than he is, which is good for everybody. So what they wound up doing was they moved him out to left end, and we played together. Right. So it was just one of those things, and I can remember the look. So it was a guy named Tom Newberry. Rams fans will remember him. He was on the poster with Jim Everett. He's a famous Ram as an offensive guard, former All-Pro. So Sean beats him, right? Beats him clean. Beats him quick and clean. So I have to wait 2 reps. I even pass up reps. This is me as an undrafted rookie free agent, and I am calling my shot. Nope, I don't want this guy. Nope, not this dude. I want Newberry. So I take Newberry, beat him quicker than Sean. Inside move, quick, bam. Everybody's, ooh, good move, All heads turn to me. I look at Sean. Sean gives me a look like, yeah, I feel you. You're right. I'm not going anywhere. Next thing you know, we're playing together. So that story it really just got my goat, and it had me think of memories I haven't thought about in years, competing for something.
Well, I mean,
and tracking down the guy that's better, that's right next to you, and proving people wrong at the same time.
And also, too, like, the context and situation and the makeup of the team matters. Like, there was an opportunity, ultimately, to play you and Sean Gilbert at the same time. The year that Sasha played the most with the Lakers was that 2008 season where they went to the finals. They lost to Boston.
Right.
But that year, they did not really have an established small forward. So Kobe ended up getting moved to the 3, Sasha played the 2. The next couple of seasons, you had Trevor Ariza healthy. Trevor was a better player than Sasha.
That version,
Right. So that version of Trevor Ariza is your starting small 3, or your starting small forward at the 3. Kobe goes back to the normal shooting guard position. Following year, you've got Ron Artest playing the 3. Keeps Kobe at the 2, and also Shannon Brown. At that point, they traded for him. Shannon was, for those years, on balance, better player than Sasha. So the whole makeup of the roster and the opportunity, Sasha had that. He had that lane that he could enter in 2008.
Yeah.
Then from there, it didn't matter how, because I know Sasha worked hard in practice.
Of course he did.
But it didn't matter at a certain point because Kobe is going to take up so much of that space.
Oh yeah, see it's not my choice, it's yours. You're going to have to find a way for all of us because I'm not taking a backward step. And I said this to my buddy Ray Agnew, who I won the Super Bowl with, who is the best nose tackle I've ever played with. That's my dude. We have been through the fire. I said if we happen to play in Aaron Donald's era or vice versa, one of us is going to the bench, and it ain't going to be me. The Far Side is powered by Highlands Leg Cramps and Highland Leg Cramps PM. Get reliable leg cramp relief. Pronto, fast, in a hurry. Speaking of that, okay, so I think Troy Reeder might be the Rams version of Michael Conforto. He's the guy that everyone loves to hate. I think he is misunderstood and undervalued, and I think we may have overvalued Pooh Paul. We'll talk about that next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, what's up, LA? It's producer Laura.
And producer D.
LA, get ready to chop it up in the afternoons. The new DeMarco and Travis afternoon show is here.
Weekdays from 3 to 6, starting September 2nd. It's sports, it's life, it's LA, all with that barbershop talk feel.
Real conversations, real laughs, and a community vibe that feels like home. Don't miss the debut of the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show.
Starting September 2nd, only on ESPN LA.
I work hard on my 10 all year. What I do every day at Oasis Pool. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We've got Labor Day specials at Good Times Cafe, Mosen, Fiesta Taco, and Pink Coffee all weekend.
Number 2.
Cedric the Entertainer, live September 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
Just because it's Labor Day doesn't mean your summer vacay is over. Our rates in September are as low as $109.
Morongo. Good times.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Just when you thought your soccer watch party couldn't get better, San Antonio Cardinale brings the flavor. This sweet red wine, crafted with passion and tradition, turns every match into a celebration. Whether you're shouting goal or just chilling with family, San Antonio Cardinale makes every second count. Grab a bottle at your local store and make San Antonio Cardinale your go-to wine for soccer season and beyond. Must be 21 plus. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is coming Tuesday, September 2nd at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So cut day was yesterday. A lot of people lost jobs. You still have to worry about practice squad all over the NFL. So a lot of selection still going on, a lot of evaluation. It's not over yet. And even guys going on practice squad, that's not the cemetery. They could come off the practice squad and play major snaps for you. So the evaluation process is ongoing. But I think as far as the Rams are concerned, the most of the talk and shock, even to me, has come around Pooh Paul, Chris Paul Jr. being cut. To the naked eye, I guess if you watch preseason football, he looks active. He makes plays. He's exactly like he was in college. He is a run-and-hit guy. The problem is this is not a run-and-hit defense. This is not a defense that's set up for him or covets that sort of ability. Pete Carroll may love him. Pete Carroll grows weak-side linebackers like you grow apples on trees. He covets that. I'm going to set the defense. I'm going to set my defensive front. my secondaries and safeties, we're going to set it up so you are the free hitter. We're depending on you to make the tackle. That's not this defense. That's not what he was going to be asked to do.
And by the way, he was a fifth-round pick. This year in the draft.
This year.
Yeah. So.
Yes. So you're not being asked to do that here. You're being asked to set other things up. You're being asked to make sure Jared Verse is in an advantageous position. You're here to make sure Braden Fisk is lined up where we need him to be. This is a different defense. So it just didn't fit. Look, I don't care how fast you run with the wire cutters in your hand. I need you to defuse the bomb when you get there.
Was he miscast from the beginning? Do you think, like, even just upon drafting him, knowing what his strengths are, his weaknesses, style, did they just misdiagnose this, do you think, for what they have from the jump?
Well, they all come in empty-headed, and you have to pour into them, what you want them to do and see if you can do it. That's why draft is always hit or miss, no matter what. Quarterbacks, running backs, they all wash out for various reasons. Most of them is stuff like this. Like, we need you to wear the green dot and call the plays. Okay, if you struggle with that, that's going to hurt you a little bit. Now we can't use you there. That weak side spot where you want to play is already filled with a guy that's good and we like him. So how do you get in? What can you do? Can you do both? No, I can only do one. Well, that makes you limited. Troy Reeder is a guy that takes a lot of heat. This is what I mean. I think a lot of people miss his value. He's the guy that could play with the green dot, start the game, or play without it. Start the game or not, and be a core special teamer. That is a very valuable piece of manpower to have on your football team.
Is versatility, do you think, sometimes just an overlooked strength? Like the idea of I can do basically anything you ask of me, even if I may not excel at any of those one things, you can give me 7 different scenarios. I can fill all 7 at, say, a B-plus level, as opposed to being an A at any of it, but there's nothing you can ask me to do that I can't do.
I would answer this way. I'd rather have a guy that knows exactly what he's doing, know the defense, back to front, can teach it. That's exactly what they said about Sean Dolak. That's why he's here, number 56. First day, the guy can teach the defense already. This is back in minicamp. He's a bookworm, and he backed it up on the field. He made plays. That's why he's on this roster. So I would rather trust the guy that knows everything versus the guy that just gets there faster and knows almost nothing.
Well, because to your point, like, you're seeing a big-time Ram fan freak out.
Oh, my God,
over Chris Paul Jr. getting cut, and in particular...
gnashing of teeth.
And in particular because Reeder is still on the team.
Okay, Reeder is a guy that won a Super Bowl for you right here. He's a guy they trust. Like, this is what I mean. Outside the building, I don't think people understand and appreciate what he actually gives you. So I'm shocked that Pooh Paul is not here. But it's not Troy Reeder you should be looking at. You should be marveling at Sean Dolak for making the team. That's where I guess it shouldn't be anger. It should be surprised by that. Troy Reeder is a guy you shouldn't hate on. He's a guy that can help you win, period. I think a lot of people miss that. They get caught up in the metrics.
Well, I mean, do you think that this team is going to miss Chris Paul Jr.? I mean, that's what really ultimately matters.
Yes and no. Yes, because where guys like him show up is on special teams. They go down and make plays. They go down and make tackles. Having speed and having depth like him on your roster, even if it's not starting, is going to help you in special teams. So, yes, you're going to miss that sort of ability. All those young linebackers, Fields, Neal, all those guys that played major snaps in preseason, I hope they come back on practice squad. I like their dimensions. I like how they play. It's just they need more time in the system so you can put them in. I'll say this. You are front-led. Your defensive line could be one of the best in football. So that's the legs of the body. That's what's going to take you to where you want to go. Your secondary is your upper body. That's your arms and your brain, and they're smart. They're very smart. They get by on guile. They're very, very good. If your core, your linebacking core is weak, it don't matter about your legs and arms. Eventually, you're going to lose.
But it's been weak since they've come back to LA.
It's not weak. It's not star-studded, and it changes every year. I think that is a institutional thing. They just choose not to pay linebackers, and we're going to change that and turn that over every year.
We were talking about that. The last one they probably paid, really paid, was Ogletree?
Ogletree. So, I mean, if you got to go light, you got to pay Matthew Stafford. You got to pay the extra freight for some of your stars. You got to go light somewhere. I'd rather pick linebacker because if, like, Fred Warner versus Joe Bagadonis linebacker, at the end of the year, if you look at their stats, they're going to be similar.
Okay, this is something.
Fred is much better, but the stats are going to be close.
This is something that just popped into my head. You tell me if I'm reaching on this. we are in an age of football, and this has been growing over the last 10, 15 years where running backs are becoming devalued.
Yes.
Like running backs are seen as, it's an important part of your game, but guys are very interchangeable.
And you pay special, and special's the only people that aren't interchangeable.
Right. Like running backs are not
You got to be able to identify special. But yeah.
Right. But running backs, for the most part, you are not. There's a very select few guys who are considered special.
Mm-hmm.
So the running game starts becoming devalued. Therefore, the linebacking part of defense starts becoming devalued because that's a key part of stopping the run, the linebackers. Once you start devaluating, because I remember you and I were about the same age growing up, linebacker was one of the most coveted positions on the defense.
So was fullback.
Right.
And it went the way of the dodo.
Right, but
yeah.
fullback only matters if you're running the ball. So these things become connected. Edge rushers become more coveted.
They're
or
the thing.
Corners when the passing game is so coveted.
Edge rushers are making $40 million now.
Right.
Corners are making big money. The greatest example of the modern middle linebacker now is actually Sua Cravens. 210 pounds. We're going to line you up in the middle.
Boy, did he hate that.
That's what they do.
I know.
Yeah, we're not going to pay him. We don't like big, heavy-legged Levon Kirkland middle linebackers. We like blown-up safeties. If you can run and cover, we'll get by on the run. Coverage is key. So
Sua would be the first person to admit, dude, I can't do this.
It sucks. I do.
I'm like 40 pounds too light for this.
I met that dude. It's Nick Imanwari. Before he was drafted to the Seahawks. He's a 6'4" safety, 220 pounds. This is on Good Morning Football. So he's sitting down, and I'm like, have you ever played in the box before? And he goes, nope, I'm there to play safety. I'm like, for a year. They're going to ask you to move down, right? That's what they do.
Why in particular, though, do you think Reeder becomes such a lightning rod, though?
This is a hot-button issue. I think it's because of the way he looks. I really do. I think it's only because of the way he looks that he gets that much heat.
And the way he looks would be...
Yeah, because I know what he grades out. I talk to his coaches. I watch every tape. What is actually on film is not matching the outrage.
Is the way he looks code for white boy?
I'm just saying. It must be the way he looks. And it happens...
Do people have the same heat for Christian Roseboom?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And it happens the other way for quarterbacks that look like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. Like, what is actually on tape is not matching the outrage. So it must be something else other than what we're watching.
I'm trying to think of, the last great Caucasian linebacker.
Zach Thomas or Luke Kuechly.
Been a
I'm
minute.
going to say Luke. And Luke had a short career because of concussions.
Could have gone on. And Borland in San Francisco could have been a great one. He decided to retire. I mean, look, it's not a race thing. I'm just saying. But if you ask me what part of the heat is, it's the way he looks.
Look, it may not be a race thing on your end, but if you're asking what is creating this visceral reaction to Reeder
must be the way
among
he
a
looks.
lot of people, it may be for others.
Yeah.
Like he
doesn't look like a
does not look the
linebacker, and
part.
I'm doing air quotes.
Here's the weird sort of why it's quasi-weird race thing, because it's usually white people that point it out. You know what I mean?
Well, but you know what? Here's the thing.
Right.
We can all, everybody, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, what race, background, whatever. Everybody can fall prey to stereotypes.
Yeah.
And everybody can fall prey to the idea of this is what I've always seen. This is how I expect it to be.
Right.
So white people can have the same prejudices against white athletes in different ways. I see this with Austin Reeves all the time.
Okay,
there can be an underestimation of him as American-born white NBA player.
Well, if you trust me on this. Troy Reeder is a benefit to your football team. Speaking of that, next up, we got to get back into Luka because I am so surprised.
We can talk about Luka right now.
We can talk about Luka right now?
Yeah, we can talk about Luka right now.
I thought I blew past the break.
No, it is 10:07.
Oh, I thought Chris came in here to tell us to shut up.
No,
Chris
good. Was just talking to Jorge.
I'm like, did we go past the break? I lost my...
So two things one thing we didn't get into yesterday, and we can talk about both of these right now. One is that ESPN had a projection of their early predictions of awards around the league, both Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, and then also MVP. And that Luka ended up at number 2 on the MVP list. And you guys were talking.
That was forced. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you guys were talking with some of the legends of Laker basketball yesterday, and they all brought up, like you mentioned, the defense, and that you may not necessarily have to. He doesn't have to win Defensive Player of the Year, but playing team defense is important.
The only dissenting opinion was actually Michael Cooper, and I kind of like that version of what he had for Luka. Your offense is your defense. If that's the case, I'm fine with that too.
But then the offense has to be supernova.
I need you to score 50 a night. Well, I think Luka's capable of that.
I thought Byron, I transcribed this yesterday because Brian and I ended up talking about this on Locked On Lakers. Available 5 days a week everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday. Always free, never behind a paywall. And for the sickos who like to watch, there's a YouTube component.
I see the thing. I just pulled the string. There you go.
But you asked Byron Scott about the criteria for being an MVP in Byron's mind, and Byron has played with MVPs before. And he said, and I thought there's a lot here, but I thought it was really good. You have to lead your team to a championship or somewhere near it. That's number one. Number two, you have to make the players around you better. It's as simple as that. And
hold on. Does Luka do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is why DeAndre Ayton is so excited to be here. He's going to be spoon-fed between Luka and LeBron, some of the easiest lobs and easiest looks around the basket he's ever seen.
First guy I thought about. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Luka absolutely does that. And then number three, you got to be a player that's great on both sides of the floor. You don't have to be a great individual defender, but if you're not a great individual defender, then you got to be a great team defender. And second and third effort on the defensive end is what really matters. Magic wasn't a great one-on-one defender, but man, you talk about a great team defender, one of the best you'll ever see. And his IQ made him that. He knew where to be and when to be. And that's somewhere where I think Luka at times has been an underrated defender, but also Luka has the IQ to anticipate things.
You have to. You can't be that good and be dumb.
And by the way, one of the only players in the league who I think has that same anticipation level as Luka happens to be his teammate LeBron.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, that's what I mean. I mean, you can't be that good and that skilled and not know what to do on the other end. It's just the effort to do it. That's what I always said.
Yeah, and the desire and the discipline to do it.
Right. And that's the thing that always shocks me about basketball players. Like, you have to be told to do that? Really? I mean, you get run. No, you can't play half the game and just wantonly not play the other half and just give it up because you don't want to. That does not fly. But if you are like that, you better be scoring like gangbusters on the other end. Is it possible for Luka to be Luka and to play team defense like Draymond? Draymond Green is probably one of the best team defenders very smart.
I don't think Draymond works as an example because he both plays great individual and team defense. Like, he is somebody that is
That's why I said just the team part of it.
I think it is possible, yeah. I think that's a reasonable ask of Luka.
Yeah.
I do. Because, like, he can always dedicate himself more, and he is somebody that in the right matchup, because he's so strong, he can body up guys reasonably well. But I don't think he is ever going to be an outstanding individual one-on-one defender just because by NBA standards, his athleticism is not at that level. Like, maybe skinny Luka, like this version of him, can gain a little bit of extra edge, but I don't think that's ever going to be.
But you can close out faster, move your feet, get to spots quicker.
I was going to say, the team piece of this, like the being a good team defender, the anticipation, the rotating over, helping the helper, that sort of stuff. I think Luka honestly does that a little bit better than he sometimes gets credit, but that's
kind of like Troy Reader.
But that's the reasonable ask.
Right.
I think also with getting more fit adds to his endurance, that he's able to commit more on both sides of the court. And we haven't seen him be this version of himself since he came into the league. And so maybe it's just the simple thing of he will have more energy to play.
That's a great point. I hope he didn't lose weight just to look better or look the part. I hope it's functional. I'm doing this.
Well, he clearly likes how he looks, man, because he's doing the rounds.
Oh, he's sexy, ain't he? He really is.
He is showing up everywhere.
Luka got sexy.
He's the Overwatch guy now.
Bro,
apparently.
and I would punch you right in the head. You were the guy that showed Kobe whose pictures? Was it Sasha's pictures?
Yes. Yep.
How dare you? Why would you show that to Kobe?
Because it was hilarious. The backstory, Sasha used to have a website. I think it was SV18.
Yeah.
And there would be videos of Sasha like
him being sexy.
Yeah. Well, he was walking the beach, Manhattan, Redondo, and otherwise, with like this very tinny fake reggae in the background.
Yeah.
Talking about 6-man volleyball. There was like a
with
video.
The hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did a video with him and his assistant where they were going through headbands that fans sent to him. And they were choosing a headband that he would wear in a game. And it was frankly, very Sasha. And Sasha was the guy on the team that a lot of others like to
pick on a little bit.
Okay. And Brian and I could not resist showing this to
Kobe. He was like, when he shot that, he was like, I hope Kobe doesn't see this. I hope they don't. There's no way they would see this.
I don't think Sasha actually had the foresight to realize everybody's going to see this. Remember, this is still pretty early in internet culture.
Okay.
Like, we didn't really think about back then.
He never
really,
thought
everybody
it would get back to
this.
his teammates.
I don't think he did.
Then why did you show it to Kobe?
Or he didn't realize. Because Kobe needed to see this.
You evil man, you.
Because Kobe needed to see. Look.
You wanted to bust
it
him.
all comes around.
Yes.
Because remember when Kobe did that fashion shoot in the all-white, ridiculous.
Yes, I do.
Let me tell you something. A lot of teammates had a little fun. I remember when
you joined in on the bullying.
Fisher was with us yesterday.
Yes.
I remember when because we in the media wanted to get Kobe's teammates' reaction to this. When we showed Fisher, his reaction was, "Are these real?" He's like, "Okay."
Oh my God. Yes.
DeMarco,
yes.
I brought up a name yesterday that made you totally go ice cold and don't even want to bring it up. And I think your feelings about him are probably also what matches Alabama's feelings about him. So I want to talk about Kellen DeBoer next.
Oh, my God.
And the hot seat that he's under before the season even starts.
I'm taking the next segment off.
Before that, Andy, you got something to say?
Yeah, starting Tuesday, September 2nd, Travis and DeMarco moves to afternoon drive. The Rams Super Bowl champion brings his football expertise, and Travis just brings his greatness.
Oh, my God.
Look,
just greatness.
I'm reading what's in front of me. While producer Laura and producer DeAndre join the guys to bring a fresh sound to your drive home. DeAndre, who used to be your protege. The DeMarco and Travis afternoon show, 3 to 6 p.m. Tuesday, September 2nd, ESPN LA.
I've been trying to call him for a week. Like, I've been asking Siri, call DeAndre. There's no DeAndre. I had his name saved as Little D. That will change September 2nd.
I work with DeAndre on Lakers Talk every week.
Yes.
You're going to love working with DeAndre.
That's what we talked about this morning. All right, you're gonna make me mad about that guy that left the greatest school in the world to go to this bum school in Alabama, right?
Yes.
Next, Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
History will be made at BMO Stadium Sunday night as LAFC hosts first-place San Diego FC for the very first time. And it's the highly anticipated home debut of global superstar, Son Heung-min.
Oh, what a goal! Son Heung-min!
Don't miss this historic night from BMO Stadium. Coverage begins Sunday at 7 p.m.
And the sun shines again for LAFC!
710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This fall,
The police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube is bringing truth to power.
Am I iller than a natural born killer? You know how we do.
Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. September 28th, Crypto.com Arena. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Straight out of Compton is a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Summer doesn't come with days off, and neither should your energy. That's why I go with Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a clean energy drink packed with essential vitamins. Nothing artificial or synthetic, no crash, no junk, and it's NSF Sports certified. It's the boost you need to stay sharp and keep moving. Fuel your summer hustle with Pro Baller Energy. Grab all 5 flavors now at the Pro Baller Amazon store with free shipping for Prime members. Champions choose clean energy.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. You know, we joke around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them and they made me know and my health and my life were going to be even better once I got out of the hospital. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats live from the stands, and we've got a special update. Sources confirm fans using the Vivid Seats app are racking up rewards with every ticket and doing it fast. With an unbeatable lineup of seats and perks that go the distance, why use any other app for game day? Don't fumble this season. Grab your tickets through Vivid Seats, download their app, earn rewards, and as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, get $20 off your first $200 in-app purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Does Harlan and Wolff mean anything to you?
No.
Harlan and Wolff, that's the company that built the Titanic.
Harlan and Wolff.
Harlan and Wolff is the company that built the Titanic. And we've all seen the movie Leo DiCaprio, the whole nine. We know the story of the Titanic. What I don't know is why were they so in a rush to get that ship going? Like, what was the rush behind it? Money?
I guess.
Had to be.
I'm assuming. I mean, when in doubt, always guess money.
Okay, so college football. We were just talking about this. There's you're fixing the plane in the air. That's kind of the Rob Pelinka analogy, right?
The way he described some of the issues they had post-Luka deal, which obviously big picture, great.
Yeah.
But they were left without a center, and then that got compounded when the Mark Williams deal got rescinded.
Okay, so this will make sense once Emily tells us why she's bringing up Kalen DeBoer. I think I know where you're going, but there's going to be a lot of adjustment around college football as things change. So I think, like you said, why are they doing this? It's money, man. You're going to kick off, and then we'll figure it out as we go. There's too much money to be sitting stagnant. Okay.
Yeah, there's no rules currently. Maybe there should be a commissioner somewhere, but we can talk about that in a bit. But I'm bringing up Kalen DeBoer because I saw an article on ESPN, and it was written talking about Kalen DeBoer, the hot seat underneath him. He's the second-year head coach at Alabama, coming from Washington when he took Washington to the national title game, and then left Washington, went to Alabama. Alabama had a single-digit win season at 9-4 last year, including losses to Vanderbilt. And it is just the fire was put onto him very early. This year, they start off against Florida State this Saturday, and I feel like it's both ridiculous and believable that a second-year head coach like Kalen DeBoer, with the amount of success that he's had, is already in the hot seat in Alabama. Do you think that he should be worried about his job going into this season?
Absolutely, man. In Alabama, the South, college football is different, bro. It's a religion. Didn't somebody kill trees because they lost?
Yes, it was the Paul Feinbaum show. Paul Feinbaum listener who is a fan of Alabama poisoned the trees on Toomer's Corner and then was served 3 years in prison for doing so and never regretted
for
it.
a football game. Yes.
That is not something, by the way, that gets you respect in the yard.
No.
What are you in for? Poisoning trees?
Well, why he did it might. Why he did it might.
Depending on where that state penitentiary
you really need to get sent somewhere in the South.
Like the thing
I think it's very important that you get sent somewhere in SEC.
The FBI was investigating it because they viewed it as terrorism.
Yeah, see, that might get you
on Auburn.
That might get you an extra brownie. You may get to sit with the cool kids. You know, you never know. I mean, you know, why did you do that? Well, my team lost and I got mad. A lot of people are in there for the same thing.
This next year in college football, I was listening to Ross Dellinger talk this morning as well, and he was saying that last year there wasn't a lot of coach openings. There wasn't a lot of coaches fired, and so everything was pretty full. Everyone was pretty quiet this past offseason. That next year he previewed as being a big year for potential hot seats.
Big time. I would say this. If you're a young coach, or let me forget that for 1 second. If you're Lincoln Riley and that dude at Alabama, because I will never say his name again. You don't leave UW.
He's your Voldemort.
Is it like no? It's more like Beetlejuice. If he'll show up and
He'll
say
pop
his
in.
name too many times.
But seriously, there are some young coaches that are chomping at the bit for jobs, and they deserve, like Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma. They deserve that opportunity. So if you are failing, and I think this is the crux of why Paul Feinbaum goes at Lincoln Riley, like this is a plum job, and you're not doing a great job. There are some other people that would kill it there with your resources. All your excuses don't add up. Other guys can do what you're doing just better. Same thing with DeBoer, man. You know what the environment is. If you don't bring them 10 wins and you're in the mix for a national championship, especially after in the post-Nick Saban era, you may be out of there in 2 years.
Hey, speaking of that, I was just looking up different Alabama seasons, and the 4 losses, that is the most since Nick Saban was charged with rebuilding the program in 2007. Side note, I had forgotten about this. Mike Shula's time as Bama's coach was a straight-up disaster.
It was. That was 95?
No, it's the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Okay,
They went 4-9, 6-6, 1-10-2. They won the Cotton Bowl. Then 6-7, and he got fired during that year.
Wow, that whole thing with him, he was hot, and then all of a sudden he cooled all the way off and was gone.
I forgot that he even coached Alabama.
I know, it was crazy, and he was the hot guy for a while. It's really weird. So it's ultra important for that guy to at least put Alabama in position to win a national championship. I think anything less than that, they're killing trees again.
Isn't there something to be said, though, about letting people build? He just got there.
No, I don't think so.
You have to build your record. You have to build your team around you.
It was hard back in the old days when you had to recruit high school. Now you can fix a team in a year. You really can. You can get enough players every single year to be competitive every single year.
Well, the expectation is, if nothing else, Alabama can do that.
Absolutely.
Maybe not other schools, but Alabama, the expectation is you can do that.
Them. Yes. Absolutely. So 9 wins. Yeah, bro, you better hire security.
The Aurelia Quest Bowl isn't enough for Alabama?
Who? You can't even say it.
I don't know what that is.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you were going to bring up the West Virginia. West Virginia is dropping off of Alabama's schedule in 26 and 27. Did you see this?
So are they just not wanting to schedule hard teams or potentially difficult teams?
It's what Lincoln Riley said about Notre Dame, and he's exactly right. You
don't want to schedule yourself other D1 schools, even if it's a school like West Virginia, which isn't as good as it has in the past.
They still got athletes,
a school like Virginia, I believe someone else tried to get them off their list, and I'm like, it's Virginia. But there's something to be said that if you're a team that knows they want to be in the playoffs and can realistically see themselves in the playoffs every year, there's no reason to schedule difficult out of market, without a better phrase, games, because your conference games are hard enough in itself. You're only allowing yourself to potentially have a loss, and you don't need that.
The SEC is going to a 9-game schedule. Everybody's happy about that. West Virginia and Alabama have mutually agreed to cancel the 2-game football series between the schools that was set to take place in 26 and 27. So I guess West Virginia will get another home game, but I don't know how this adjusts. But I would expect to see more of this. You won't see these out-of-conference matchups scheduled anymore.
DeMarco and I were talking about this, though, during the break. I don't understand how the people involved with this discovered in late August, right before the season begins, this is a problem. Like, you've had months to look at the schedule,
right.
Come up with rescheduled options, stuff like that. Like, you just discovered on August 27th that this is an issue?
Fly the plane. We'll fix it later.
Right.
We have to get this off the ground. It's $1 billion industry.
Well, this is why I believe that there should be a commissioner of college football. It should be something like every other professional sport in America, that you have a guy that is the big decider of things that will affect everybody in your sport. I think that they would be beneficial for the NCAA or just college football in general to have somebody that determines rules, that sets the contracts for everybody to follow.
I wouldn't want that job.
Why not?
In the NFL, there are 32 teams. Mm-hmm. There's 119 Division I football teams.
But only really 30 that you probably have to pay attention to.
Actually, all of them. But yes, only 30 are really going to matter, but you have to pay attention.
You have to account for all of them.
Everyone. You would never sleep. You may need more than one commissioner.
You can be a commissioner for Division I. And so it's every Division I team. And then this goes into the idea that Division I should separate from the rest of the Division II and III just by itself, become another minor league professional sports team, and have a commissioner, have rules, have trade deadlines, have contracts and salaries that are negotiated by a union. I think that just make it into professional sports.
Oh, yeah. We're out in the ocean.
There.
There's land. Wherever we're going with college football, we're headed there.
We're there without rules. And rules can protect both the people in charge and the people that are participating.
I don't know what it's going to look like once we get there, but we're headed there.
Right. I mean, like, I know, DeMarco, because we've talked about this before on and off air. I know you don't like it.
What?
Like the direction that this is headed and like the idea of professionalizing.
Oh, no. The only reason I don't like it is because I'm not a part of it. I want $2 million in college.
Right. But
are
like,
you kidding me?
the direction of it, whether you like it or not, this is where it's headed. So you need to make sure you're doing the best version of it. What you don't want is a half-assed or wild, wild west version of this thing. If you're going to go here, you need to make sure it actually works.
True. I do know how hard it is to get anything done in the NFL with just 32 owners. Yeah. Now imagine 119 athletic directors and head coaches all in your ear saying that's not fair and we don't have that much money. How do we compete? All that stuff. I would want the NFL commissioner. I'd love to be a conference commissioner, but commissioner of college football? Heck no.
It's a tough gig.
Oh my God. Yes. Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
I thought I
had nothing else to say. And
that was
the end of the conversation.
That was all? Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we are going to get back into the Dodgers. And I'm going to ask you, AK, your confidence level moving forward about a repeat. The Dodgers go ahead. I'm sorry.
After Factor Cap.
We got Factor Cap coming up next?
Yeah, that's every day. 10:30.
At 10:30. It is 10:30. All right, forget what I said. Factor Cap next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, what's up, LA? It's producer Laura.
And producer D.
LA, get ready to chop it up in the afternoons. The new DeMarco and Travis afternoon show is here.
Weekdays from 3 to 6, starting September 2nd. It's sports, it's life, it's LA, all with that barbershop talk feel.
Real conversations, real laughs, and a community vibe that feels like home. Don't miss the debut of the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show.
Starting September 2nd, only on ESPN LA.
Just when you thought your soccer watch party couldn't get better, San Antonio Cardinale brings the flavor. This sweet red wine, crafted with passion and tradition, turns every match into a celebration. Whether you're shouting goal or just chilling with family, San Antonio Cardinale makes every second count. Grab a bottle at your local store and make San Antonio Cardinale your go-to wine for soccer season and beyond. Must be 21 plus. Please enjoy responsibly.
Come celebrate Roger Dunn Golf Shop's 60th anniversary this Labor Day weekend. Enjoy 25% off all Green Tag closeout apparel, 20% off Skechers and Puma golf shoes, and get a 50% bonus trade-in towards any new club. Don't miss out on these deals and more at Roger Dunn Golf Shop's 60th anniversary Labor Day sale the 28th through September 1st. Trusted by golfers since 1965 and home to the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Roger Dunn Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
All right, we got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Hey, football fans, ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes at your favorite NFL studios, where the biggest stories, highlights, and game day coverage are created? Now's your chance to find out with the NFL Experience, part of the SoFi Stadium Tour. Go inside the NFL's West Coast headquarters and get a rare look at the heart of football media. Plus, get exclusive access to SoFi Stadium and explore premium spaces. Walk through the team locker rooms, check out the press areas, and even head down to the field where the pros play. Available on select days. Book your tour now at SoFiStadium.com.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little, but Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Rita, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Mercado. Ahoy, hoy. Mercado
What?
Gonzalez?
Ahoy hoy?
Yes.
What is that?
It's how Mr. Burns on The Simpsons says hello.
Oh, ahoy
That's how
hoy.
he answers the phone. Ahoy,
Oh.
hoy.
Hody hody.
Because
Okay.
ahoy used to be the original way that people would say hello. So the first ever Alexander Graham Bell
Yes.
answered the phone and said ahoy.
Ahoy.
That's why ahoy.
And because Mr. Burns is like 175 years old, he would answer the phone, ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy.
That's
I'm
how
going to
Travis
answer
answers
the
the
phone.
phone.
Oh, my God. The greatness of Travis.
And just going to say, too, yesterday was probably a top 5 day in white women history because it was both the Taylor Swift engagement announcement and the pumpkin spice latte was back at Starbucks. And so, you know, it's
Finally, white women catching a break.
Exactly.
people
they don't get
taco
enough things.
Are you a pumpkin spice latte guy? I've never had one.
I'm not a latte guy, period, so I
Yeah.
don't go out of my way to have a pumpkin spice anything. I don't mind the pumpkin spice thing. I just don't think pumpkin spice works with everything the way pumpkin spice season will.
Did you count the days until this thing came
No,
back?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
It is, though, my culture. And so I
Is it
must
really?
claim it
Oh, okay.
as a white woman.
My culture is not your latte.
Tacos, pumpkin spice lattes, linebackers. Come
Hey,
on.
you know, can claim all
What
these
do these
things.
things all have in common?
Luka.
So, La Tomatina, what does that mean, Jorge? No, La Tomatina is a food fight that happens every year in Spain. It's like the world's largest food fight.
Tomato fight, yeah.
The tomato fight, thank you. And I watched last week the movie Freakier Friday, which, spoiler alert, does contain a food fight in it, which made me almost clap in the theater. I need more food fights back into high school dramas. And it got me thinking about how often food fights happened in like high school or middle school cinema. Like you watch a movie and you're like, wow, food fights happen every day. So my statement is, you expected more food fights when you got to high school. Andy, Factor Cap.
No, I cap. I guess maybe I'm trying to think.
It's like quicksand. It's like quicksand and food fights to me are things that only exist in movies.
I was going to say, but growing up, the only food fight I remember that was iconic for me growing up that I saw was Animal House. Animal House. Right. Yeah. Bluto.
I'm a zit. Get it?
Bluto calls it out, and the food fight happens in the cafeteria.
Same.
But I don't remember any other culturally prevalent food fight for people of our age. DeMarco, do you?
Animal House. Did they have one in Fast Times?
I don't know. They
Breakfast
didn't have one in
Club.
Nope.
Any of the John Hughes movies? Was there
Nope.
a food fight in there somewhere?
Nope.
Stripes?
No.
That was mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling.
So did you expect food fights to happen in high school?
I actually did. I mean, I thought they were more prevalent, I guess. I thought this is just what you did. My first food fight was my last. This is dumb. I actually wanted that cake.
So you've been in a food fight?
Yes. You guys have never been in a food fight?
I've never been in a food fight. I thought it'd be more part of my life, and it's never been there.
What's today? Wednesday?
Friday.
Friday.
Food fight on air.
Friday.
You know what? The final way, this has always been a show that has prided itself on its food knowledge and its food obsession, for lack of a better way of putting it. What more emblematic, thematic, appropriate way to end it than with
it's
a
a food fight.
Food fight. Okay, Jorge.
I hate the concept of
I wish there was more food fights, and also something from movies that I didn't get to experience was those indoor schools. Every high school movie that I
every
watched,
high
it
school
was
movie is an
indoor.
outdoor school, actually. That's
just-
why I thought. So,
wait, I'm confused. What?
I thought high schools and schools here in America were like all indoor. Like,
outdoors.
like in the movies.
I feel the opposite because I always have seen movies where the school is outdoors because it's in LA, and LA/the West Coast, I guess, is the only place that has outdoor schools. Everywhere else is indoor.
I thought everyone had outdoor schools.
No.
Yeah.
I
Your high school here, right? Or there?
No, St. Louis, it was more of an indoor school.
Indoor, you have to.
Yeah,
the weather,
you have to in the
My
Midwest.
entire school looked like a prison.
There
was no outdoor time.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And I'm not kidding you. I'll show you my old high school. It looks like a brick prison.
Food fight, though.
Food fight. Let's go.
Food fight.
Come on.
All right, so a company owned by North Carolina football coach Bill Belichick and managed by his girlfriend Jordan Hudson has filed a trademark for the term gold digger with the intention to use the mark on jewelry and keychains. And so when you file for a trademark, you have to just disclose what that trademark is for, whether it's for music, movies, or if it's for apparel that you can sell, goods and services. All right, so my statement is, it's okay to own your story. If she wants to own the idea that she wants to claim gold digger, go ahead.
Well, he's owning it too.
He's owning it too.
it as well.
Literally, they're both owning it. So, DeMarco, it's okay to own your story.
The way you put it, facts. It's okay to own your story if it's a good one. You really want to be like you were. Never mind. What do they call it now? I heard this today. Financial dating. Have you heard that before?
Mutually beneficial financial incentive dating
Is a long way of saying what?
Gold digger.
Exact. Well, beyond that.
It's like
financial
saying
dating.
It's saying ethically non-monogamous, and just instead of saying swingers.
It's okay to own your story. Just be careful of what you're putting out there. I don't know. I just feel bad for Bill. I cannot believe he's doing this. Wow.
Andy?
Fact. I mean, if everybody's going to be saying this anyway, like the only people who know how they truly feel about each other are them.
Yes.
And it may be what everybody suspects. It may be real love. But the only people that know are them. That being said, everybody's made up their mind, regardless of what it really is. So you might as well market it if you feel like marketing something or turning your personal relationship into something business or professional.
So go Bosworth. Remember Brian Bosworth?
Oh, yeah.
He went
Stone cold.
When he was a linebacker, everybody hated Boz. He went to Denver. Half the stadium was wearing Bosworth sucks. The fine print, he made them.
Oh, yeah.
He made millions off of his hate.
Kobe marketed the idea of you hate me. Like that was a big part of Kobe's marketing. Does Kanye now have to pay them every time that song plays?
He might.
It's good. Good look into it. Look, it's $465 for the application because I used to do these kinds of things for like different groups, so I know the process of trademarking something and goods and services and all. There's a list of stuff. You have to be very, very specific to what you want. So if you can, it's $465 for the initial application. So I mean, anybody can basically, if you want to own anything, go ahead. It's just a small fee.
And then
go ahead, back.
It doesn't matter if you get approved or not.
Correct.
You know, you can she's not necessarily going to. She and Bill might not be approved, but the $500 is what they
less than $500. You should trademark heel.
Heel.
Right
That's
there.
the name. That's
That
a
should be your
common
thing.
thing. There's rules to this stuff. Like you can't
And
really
then-
trademark everything.
And then sell keychains that say heel. All right. So one last thing for you guys. Spotify on its app is going to incorporate a DM feature. You could DM other users of Spotify. You know, maybe you like their playlist. Maybe you like their taste in music. So you can DM them to discuss that.
Yeah.
So think of yourself. You know, the year is 2035. Your daughters come up to you and say, "Hey, I met my my fiance on Spotify DM." So my statement is, there is no bad way to meet the love of your life. Jorge Petrocap.
Look, I use YouTube as my platform to listen to music. I just plug it to my car and I have my own playlist on YouTube.
Hey, but Maite might not.
Look, Maite loves YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So would I mind if she met the love of her life via DM? I think I would say something like, no, you got to go out and actually meet someone, kind of like the way I did, you know? Like
it's unfair when you're talking about your daughter. I got you.
Andy, there's no bad way to meet the love of your life.
If it's truly the love of your life and you were meant to be together, fact. Because you have to meet this person somehow, and presumably this love of your life that you met over in this theoretical, a Spotify DM, it's not purely an online relationship. You're actually at some point meeting this person, and you know that you really do vibe. And I'm guessing that the original DM wasn't creepy. It was something like, hey, I really love your playlist.
I dig your groovy tunes, man.
Your groovy tunes, man.
Nothing better than vibing over music. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
I got to be honest.
Pandora.
As a music geek, I kind of like this.
See what I need? I need a DM feature on Letterboxd because that's all I need.
Yes.
Letterboxd is a movie review website that you can log your own movie reviews. DeMarco, there's no bad way to meet the love of your life.
Okay, the first thought was like, damn, this is like online gambling. You're making it easier for me to hit my vice. Now, this is another dating option thing, right? Another way to hook up through Spotify. And this one hits you in the feels because it's music.
Well, I'm sure you can probably close your DMs.
Yeah, there's close your DMs,
but
as well as your Spotify is already connected to your Tinder and your Hinge and your...
Is it really?
Yes, you can connect your Spotify to all these things.
And you have that one favorite song that nobody knows and nobody gets but you, and then somebody else on the other end says, I love this song for the exact same reasons.
You know what, though? That's funny because music geeks will often get really serious about gatekeeping certain music.
Yes.
That might end up a turn off if you get that compliment of, I love this song, if it happens to be the one you're gatekeeping.
Right. Or it could be a turn, no one gets this song but me. The other thing is, I see how your thought process works because everybody wants to know about Belichick and his girlfriend, how they meet. Because once you ask that question, interview is over.
Sure.
You've heard that before,
What
right?
if this is a song?
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
if you can get to that, right?
You can make playlists private, you know? Sometimes you don't want to...
Pot for every lid.
He's moving. See? That's what I'm saying. We vibe right there.
All right,
See?
this
Slide
has
into the DM.
been Factor Cap, and you have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. The law office of Joseph S. Normand. I don't know if you'd love this music.
If you can't feel
Call
this.
213
Money well spent by Joseph.
747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. Or visit normandlegal.com.
If you can't feel this, I want nothing to do with you.
Don't bother DMing DeMarco through Spotify.
Check, please. Get out of the car. Coming up next. What do we have coming up next?
Oh, we could talk about Dodgers, or I think we should talk about Shaduer Sanders making it on the Browns team and Trey Lance being the backup to Justin Herbert.
I don't want to talk about Shaduer anymore.
Okay.
I'm becoming a Shaduer
You had a whole
apologist.
song about this on Sunday or Saturday. I have the song. I pulled it. I'll play it for you guys.
I hate you right now. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Hey, it's DFAR. You can play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. We were there just yesterday. Isn't Pechanga nice, AK?
It was really nice.
I could live
It was
there.
beautiful.
I could live on the grounds there and be very, very happy.
It's the first time I actually saw the golf course. I'd stayed there before, but I didn't play golf.
Beautiful, right?
Really pretty.
I don't like to play golf, but I would like to play golf there. This August, Pechanga is giving away $1 million. That's right, win your share of $1 million in prizes just by using your Pechanga Club card when you play your favorite slots or table games to earn entries. Then join us every Saturday in August to activate those entries for the weekly drawings. You could be one of the lucky winners taking home up to $100,000 in cash, plus thousands more in easy play. Remember, you must be present to win. For full details, visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA. You must be 21 or older with a valid ID to play. And here's why you should make the trip, like we said. Newsweek and USA Today, the readers have voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas, and I agree with them. So whether you're lounging at the pool, hitting the spa, or placing a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga has it all. Book your getaway right now at Pechanga.com, or like I said, call this number, 888-Pechanga, or you can follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen from NFL Network. The Rich Eisen Show is coming to 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Tuesday, September 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon, right after the all-new Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, broadcasting live from Los Angeles every weekday. And now coming right here to ESPN LA.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
Hey, this is Julie May at Hollywood Park Casino, home of the ESPN LA Fantasy Draft Party. It's back, so save the date, August 28th. Sign up with your team or your league at espnla.com, and you can win so many prizes. We'll have Sedano at Cap, 3 p.m., and the draft starts at 6 p.m. So park, party, and play with us at Hollywood Park Casino.
Dream again? Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. You know, we joke around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them and they made me know. And my health and my life were going to be even better once I got out of the hospital. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I've been singing this song in my head. I Shaduer. I cannot wait to see you play today. I am so excited. Never been this excited for a fifth-round pick in my life. Shaduer. God, I didn't think that actually went out. It did? I thought we were on break when that happened.
Now, if somebody DMs you, DeMarco, through your Spotify over their love of that song, how do you react?
How do you delete? Delete the app immediately. I could not wait, man. That was high drama. I've never been that excited for a third preseason game in my life. You guys, anybody ever care about a fifth-round quarterback this much? That Brady was in the 6th round, but that took some time before
he
that.
was not Tom Brady. Then.
Right.
Nobody
Of course
cared.
not. No one has had this much aura coming out of the 5th round ever.
Well, it's in part because of the Sanders name, and in part because he was seen not too long heading into the draft as a first-round pick.
Yes.
So he was somebody that we were anticipating paying attention to. It's not just like it's apples to apples-ish, like Bronny.
Right.
Like Bronny, there was going to be a ton of attention paid to him because he is LeBron's son. But Bronny was never seen as a first-round draft pick unless maybe he stayed longer at SC because unfortunately
Bronny was never the best player in college basketball.
Right. And if he was going to be, unfortunately, the cardiac situation erased the opportunity, and then he ended up entering the draft. Shaduer was seen for a while as a potential first-round pick.
I guess it's a steep fall for him, but I feel bad for him. There's a lot for him to learn. I wish you can just come in as a 5th-round, third quarterback on the football team and just learn your craft and earn your way to a starting spot, and just be that. But it's just too much fanfare. And I say this again, and when Sua looked at me like I was crazy. I did give him praise for that Week 1 performance. He looked good against Carolina. But same with the Rams versus Dallas in Week 1. I don't think the Rams are that good. I think Dallas might be that bad.
Dallas looked – I realize it's a preseason game and all caveats. They looked by preseason standards horrific.
They got some work to do.
Horrific.
Yes. So Shaduer looking good week 1 is that. He did. He looked good week 1. Week 3, he looked terrible. I have never seen a quarterback go backwards that many times and not get coached. To go sit on the bench and not say a word, I'm like, this is all completely off. This is not going to help you towards winning.
And now he is QB3. He was named QB3 from Cleveland Browns, which means he's taking up another roster spot on that team.
Yeah.
And so it's another guy for Cleveland couldn't make it because Shaduer is going to be QB3 because if he got put in the practice squad, he'd be able to be on waivers. Is that correct, how that works?
Somebody would claim him, I'm almost certain. But QB3 is actually functional. The Rams have a QB3. A lot of teams keep 3 quarterbacks. 4 would have been a problem. 3 is your limit. 4 is ridiculous.
I mean, at one point where they have like 6 on the roster or something.
Yes, it's crazy. So this is a great role. Now, the other problem is there are people out there, and they have their own agendas, kind of the opposite of Troy Reader. They have a problem with what's the kid that's in front of him? Help me.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel, thank you. Dylan Gabriel is ahead of him. They think he's better than Dylan Gabriel out of the gate. I'm like, you may need to give him a second look. I'm just saying, you may need to reevaluate. So I think this is actually right, and it actually fits with the way they draft. Flacco is the leader. He's going to start it off. The guy we drafted in the 3rd round is going to be our backup. Then Shaduer is going to be our 3rd quarterback emergency guy. Eventually, Flacco is going to give way. We know this. He's 40 years old. He's going to ascend to the number 2 spot, talking about Shaduer. And the first guy out of the gate will be Dylan Gabriel, sink or swim. You're going to get an opportunity. Just be patient. I'm not sure if the Sanders family is used to being patient.
No, they're not. And honestly, if you're the Sanders family, you're Shaduer Sanders, frankly, if you're Dylan Gabriel, the real thing you need to worry about is the Browns are one of, if not the worst franchise in the NFL, hands down, at developing quarterbacks.
Choose them up.
Or just figuring out what you want in a quarterback. Like,
and God forbid Deshaun Watson comes back this year, and he is coming off of his injury.
You know what's so funny?
Yes.
When Sue and I were talking about this last week, he brought up, and then Deshaun Watson. I had forgotten that Deshaun Watson was even on the Browns.
Really?
Well, the Browns financial department hasn't forgotten because
I
he's
know
getting paid
they
for it.
haven't,
and he's been on Twitter showing his stuff. Yeah.
I know that they haven't. I'm just saying because he is both looming over the franchise and out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
I had forgotten he was on the team.
Crazy. It's weird being in Cleveland, talking to all these Cleveland fans. They bring up Manziel like as an example of like this. The Browns, this is what the Browns do. We don't know. And then all the quarterbacks they chewed up and spit out. The greatest joke ever. Have you heard this joke? Emily knows this. Who is the most successful quarterback in Browns Stadium history?
Browns Stadium history? Whoever played against them?
Whoever has the most wins is Ben Roethlisberger, correct?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
That's the biggest joke in Cleveland. The best quarterback to ever play in that stadium is Ben Roethlisberger, who plays for the Steelers. I know.
True.
And some people say, like, what you shouldn't have done was cut bait with Baker Mayfield. I kind of agree with him. Baker turned into something pretty good. He's got Tampa rolling. They should have stayed with him.
I mean, they are just bad at evaluating quarterbacks, whether you're talking about someone like Mayfield, who they gave up too early on, or just evaluating what the F they want in a quarterback in the first place, or identifying talent. Like you've seen, I'm sure, all you guys, the meme of the guy wearing all the names of the Browns jersey, Browns quarterbacks since Bernie Kosar.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're going to start having to move those names to the front of the jersey.
Okay, AK, you're just as weird as I am, and you like off-the-wall stuff, right?
Sure.
I think some of those Browns fans don't want to win. I think it would mess up their identity.
It's like a Stockholm syndrome. You start to love your captor, and in this particular case, their captor is the Cleveland Browns.
The factory of sadness.
And you want something to hate. You want something that's not you doing this, that you can
Well, it becomes
blame
their
things
identity.
on.
That's just me. Yeah, I just think so. I get that feeling from
No, I
certain
can
guys.
see that.
Yes.
It's like Knicks fans for a long time. You want the Knicks. They look for so long that they weren't going to be good, and you want someone to blame for these issues.
Like you said, gatekeeping the team. It's better when they lose because I can gatekeep them.
Well,
and then you're not a true fan if you're liking him now.
Correct.
There's like a weird version of bad tasting comfort food that I think is there for Browns fans when this is what they're familiar with. We don't like it. It's like remember the show Alice? All the people that would show up to Mel's Diner
Right.
They'd show
For
up
bad
there,
chili.
right? And all they do is complain about it, or like the guys in the Muppets in the balcony.
Yes.
They complain about the Muppet Show,
they're
but they never.
always there.
Frankly, the people in the Reddit
Yes.
for this station, they never miss a show.
Who's back there? The kids in the back. Who's
With
back?
the social media.
Anthony and
Is
got Parker.
Anthony's back there? Ooh, good. Perfect. I want to talk about rosters.
Yeah, mustache.
The Rams roster, who they kept, who they let go. We only talked about a small part of it. And the Chargers, because he's the resident, or is it BK, or is it Brian? You're
Both
the resident
Anthony and Brian Cohen are Charger fans.
I want to talk about the Chargers roster. Are you happy with it? Is there any gripes there? Next, Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The Rich Eisen Show coming to ESPN LA on Tuesday, September 2nd, 9 to noon. A unique blend of the biggest newsmakers and playmakers joining Rich's show every day, plus Rich's credibility and sports knowledge unmatched. The Rich Eisen Show comes live from El Segundo each weekday, joins our family at ESPN LA this fall.
Hey guys, Sedano and Cap here, and we are going to the mornings. Cappy, are you ready?
I am not ready, but I will be ready on September 2nd.
Man, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. And Chris, you're not invited until you get us what we need, okay?
Ooh.
And if you're in the audience, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And I'm sure you're not crying that Morales won't be on, that I may ban him right from the gate, okay? Right out of the gate, ban. Bam, that, Morales. All right? So Sedano and Cap, Tuesday, September 2nd, 7 a.m., Jack.
And be sure to join 710 for our summer tradition at Hollywood Park Casino, the ultimate fantasy football draft party. You can win a spot for you and 3 friends. How about right now? 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-ESPN. It's all happening this Thursday. Tomorrow, August 28th at Hollywood Park Casino. It's going to be a party, and listen all week for a spot in ESPN LA fantasy football draft. Calling right now.
I work hard on my 10 all year. What I do every day at Oasis Pool. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We've got Labor Day specials at Good Times Cafe, Mosen, Fiesta Taco, and Pink Coffee all weekend.
Number 2.
Cedric the Entertainer, live September 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
Just because it's Labor Day doesn't mean your summer vacay is over. Our rates in September are as low as $109.
Morongo, Good Times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This fall,
the police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube is bringing truth to power.
Am I iller than a natural born killer?
You know how we do. Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. September 28th, Crypto.com Arena. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. The Rich Eisen Show is coming to 710 ESPN, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Guys, what the heck is going on out here?
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
Feeling awesome. Yes. What's up?
Back to the guys.
I asked you this today. I have some questions for you. How do you feel about leg tats?
I have one.
You have a leg tat?
Yes.
What's the leg tat?
It is the Chinese characters for inner strength.
far as you know, right?
Yeah, it's like
No, this was something.
Yeah.
I used to always joke it's either that or naive white boy.
Yeah.
But this is something that I did a
That's
lot
the
of.
last white boy on the show today.
I did a lot of.
Well, there's one white boy that's going to be in the rest of the show.
I did a lot of research on this.
Yeah.
A friend of my brother's who's fluent in Mandarin confirmed it. Like I did more research on this.
Why did you choose a Chinese symbol instead of just writing it?
Because
they were in style. Dude, look, I got the Japanese character. It's supposed to say conquer and defeat or the symbol for it. I don't know. It could say something.
To some degree, you are correct that I think that was in fashion. Also, too, I've always liked the characters. I think there's an elegance to them. I think they're striking looking.
Super cool looking.
It's characters in a language that goes back, centuries upon centuries, that sort of thing. So,
it looks sharp, like they can.
And in English just seemed kind of boring to me.
Because one of my boys got Diego Maradona's autograph on his calf, and as soon as he got the autograph, he went and got it done.
That's approved. Maradona, that's approved.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I prefer on people in general thigh to calf. Like calf tats, no thank you, but thighs, yes.
Okay, I like the tat that goes up and then you have to put on clothes at some point. You can't walk around naked. I just like the mystery of it. Like I want to see what does that lead up to. Especially when it gets hot outside, people are wearing shorts. You start to see leg tats. I just wanted to know where you came in on that.
It's an interesting thing because I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
But at the time when I got it, I don't know, I think I was like 27, 28. I had a compelling need to get it. I do not have the same compelling need to get it now. So say I didn't have it now, I probably wouldn't get the same one today.
Me either.
But I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all.
Is any American athlete worthy of tattooing your body? Like, soccer is so global. Maradona on your body makes sense. Ronaldo, Messi makes sense. Could you get a Mahomes?
If you ask anybody, if you ask Emily, and I don't think you should get any face at all on your body.
He just said it like a signature.
Yes.
Would you get a Mahomes? Mahomes is the next Brady. He's the right now. No? What about a Brady?
No. If you're asking Emily would get it on her body, no.
Is anybody worthy?
No.
Like that, I don't want anybody's face on my body.
I wouldn't even get Taylor Swift's autograph on my body.
There you go.
I'm not going to get anybody's autograph on my body.
That's just a flat no. If that's not going to happen for you.
Okay, so wait. Before you get into the Chargers roster, which is important because it's people's make or breaks and it's their careers, have you heard about how Justin Herbert might have a girl as well?
A lady friend?
You mean
a lady friend?
Like getting engaged and stuff?
Not engaged, but he has been seen around town
with
a social media star, singer, Madison Beer.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about Madison Beer before?
I've heard the name, I think, from you.
I don't know if I've actually ever brought her up. Maybe your daughter's brought her up, but she is a social media star.
Good for
He was
him.
seen both at her photo shoot and they were seen walking together. And here's one thing. He wore a full leg sleeve under his shorts to go on a date. Like he's wearing
leg sleeve under his shorts.
Do you know what leg sleeves are, right?
Yeah.
So he was wearing it on a casual date out. Why are you wearing a leg sleeve to go to get pizza? I don't understand.
My guess is it's part of therapy for his leg.
Swelling
and
or
treatment
something.
For his leg. He would be wearing this thing out anywhere.
Yeah.
Looks
like
crazy.
doctor's
It
orders.
does. You got to do it. It's football season. So, look, if you're a quarterback in Los Angeles and you're not out and about, what are you doing to your life, man? That's what I would say. Are you crazy?
I have never heard of her before, so I just Googled her. If I didn't know who she was and I saw her with Justin Herbert, I would be thinking, is Justin Herbert dating Megan Fox? This girl looks younger than Megan Fox, but looks
adjacent.
Yeah, she looks a lot like Megan Fox.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Okay. I'm just saying, is this bad?
I'm just saying now, maybe is he stepping up his into the elite quarterback status because of dating
Transformer
a celebrity
era Megan Fox?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Good for you. He's going to the Super Bowl then.
But there's pictures of them on TMZ, Emily, to your point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Final Cut, and we talked about the Rams roster real quick. Let me go. So Stetson Bennett, Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford, quarterbacks, running backs, Blake Corum, Jaquez Hunter, they just drafted him, and Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, Tutu Atwell. Mumfield makes the football team, Puka Nacua, Xavier Smith, Jordan Whittington. I like that group. Tight ends, I think, is improved because of Terrence Ferguson, Davis Allen, Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson. Here's where, I think the Rams had to go long on tackles. Steve Avila is going to play guard. Justin Dedich, the USC project, or protege, what do you call that? product, is going to be your swing guard, which is awesome, Kevin Dotson, Havenstein, Humphreys, Jackson, Limmer, McClendon, Questenberry, Shelton. Defense hasn't changed much. The addition of Poona Ford comes in to go with Braden Fisk and to Jared Verse. And then you have Dolak, Nate Landman, Troy Ritter. We talked about this. I like the Rams. I don't think they went backwards in any era, any position group. I was curious as to the Chargers because I know that Anthony follows the Chargers closer than I do. What do you think of their roster right now?
So I want to say,
back there, big fella?
Yeah, I got you. You guys can hear me.
I don't know if he can get on it.
You guys can hear me?
Get on there? Okay,
well, no, Jorge's not here to turn his mic up, so that's why.
Justin Herbert, Trey Lance, give me your thumbs up. You like that? Trey Lance is your backup? Okay, here's where it gets dicey. Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris, Hassan Haskins, and Scott Matlock. What are you getting out of Najee Harris is my question. I thought he blew his face off.
Yeah, so we heard those rumors, circulating beforehand, right after 4th of July. But basically, with that decision, I'm thinking they are all in on Hampton to be the bell cow, to be the man in that backfield, and they must be really hopeful that Najee is going to get some time now.
Like he's going to make it back from this injury. But I would like to see Omarion Hampton play more than Najee Harris anyway.
Is it Najee's just his eye injury? Is that what we're worried about?
Yes.
I haven't even seen the guy's face.
He's going to be back.
Have you seen his face yet?
I mean,
I
that's
think
the
we
thing.
have seen him at the podium.
Yeah, no, he hasn't made the podium appearance yet since the injury.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's only been seen in his first appearances in training camp where he had the masks on and stuff, and he's a couple helmets, and you can see that his eyes still closed. So he's set to return to practice soon. And I mean, if he didn't start the season on the IR, they must really be confident that he will be back in some capacity.
And by the way, if you forget how he got injured in a firework incident on the 4th of July.
Stay away from
very
fireworks
Chargers-like.
and scooters and whatnot, and don't financial date. But that's a whole nother subject. So Omarion Hampton is going to be probably their bell cow. All right, wide receivers, I think you're stacked. Ladd McConkey, one of the best in the league. Keenan Allen's coming back. You got to be happy about that.
Love seeing Slayer back. 13, legend. Already has that chemistry with Herbert, so when in doubt, you go to Mr. Third Down, Keenan Allen. So notable cuts, Jalen Reagor, the first-round bust, if you remember back in the day. And then Brendan Rice, who just, was really never NFL ready. But those were a couple cuts that made. But in terms of the wide receiver room, they absolutely love Darius Davis, punt returner, kick returner. And then Kandre Lambert-Smith, KLS, he's going to be a name to watch. He was another rookie that I think will make a big impact.
We got to stop with the initials. We got to stop with the KLS stuff. We got too many of them now. I'm saying it's Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Anthony loves an initial. That's what he's been doing.
Everybody's
a legend.
Tight ends, I like Will Dissly, Tyler Conklin. Aronde Gadsden Jr., or number 2, I remember his daddy. My gosh.
That's what Sedano told me. He told me draft day. He texted me because he knows I'm a Chargers guy. He was like, hey, I called a lot of his Syracuse games. He was a former wide receiver, had an injury, turned tight end. He said in about 2 seasons, he's going to be the Chargers' number 1, and he's going to be that guy for this team.
Okay, any holes on this roster to you?
Yeah, a lot of holes. We don't have a long snapper right now. That's just a notable
your backup tight end was your
thing.
I thought, Tyler Fisk, also reserve long snapper.
Yep, and then in terms of interior O-line, we only have 8 offensive linemen.
What'd you say?
For people to know, if you don't know why long snapper is important to a football team, why is long snapper important? He's a part of the kicking trio, correct?
Yes,
so
he's a part of the battery.
If you have a long snapper, you haven't named a long snapper yet, he's not on your team, it might affect how good Cameron Dicker is.
This is true. But look, there's a bunch of long snappers out there. I mean, it could be a big problem if you don't have one, but it's a small problem to fix. So how do you feel about this roster competing with the rest of the West?
I mean, in terms of our division, I think we are right there going to compete with KC. There are some holes, but I think that
Did you hear what he just said? Turn your mic off.
This
That's what I thought.
Harbaugh team is set. Last season, you could see the culture being brought in, but now it's designed to play like a Harbaugh team this season.
I think you're coming in third. I don't think you're going to beat Denver.
Behind the Broncos, yeah?
Yes, I think Sean Payton is dug in, and you're never going to get him out of there. He's one of the greatest coaches we're not talking about, and he's got his quarterback in Nix. And look, it's the kingdom, bro. It really is. The West is ruled by Kansas City right now. I think you're coming in third no matter how good this roster is.
I agree. Casey is still the team to beat, but you're going to say you really trust Nix like that in his second season?
No.
Wide
I
receiver?
trust Sean Payton. And who did I talk to? Demarius Davis, the linebacker from the Saints, who used to be coached by him. He feels the same way. You've given him too much time in Denver. He's going to be dug in. They're going to do things right. He's going to have a plan, and he's got the quarterback to execute.
That defense
he will make
is definitely
Bo Nix
scary.
better.
Their defense is really set. I love their offseason moves that Denver made, but I think just Nix is that Nix and their offensive weapons that kind of scare me. I don't know how like lethal they'll be.
You're coming in third. When you said we're going to beat Kansas, you're not saying you're going to beat Kansas City this year, right?
I will say that we split.
Right?
I will say that we split in terms of head-to-head, but I think KC, you got to see it until you believe it. I think we finished second wild card.
Who would be the resident Raider fan? Because we can go through their roster at some point.
Ireland, Momo, Bergman.
Okay, we'll go through them and see how they feel.
Roster talk.
I feel great about the Rams roster. I really do. I don't think they've gone backwards in any area. People want to point and say that's a homer talking. I don't. You show me where they got worse from last year to this year. If you point to receiver and say the absence of Cooper Kupp, I'm going to point right to Devontae Adams and say they actually got better there.
Two last things for me with the Chargers. First, it really sucks now that Keenan Allen had that one season in Chicago, now that he's going back to the Chargers, because that's the thing that keeps him from being a lifer with that organization, just one blemish. Secondly, with the Chargers, sort of, listen to Mason and Ireland all week long for your chance to win tickets to Sunday's LAFC match versus San Diego, where the Chargers used to be, so close enough, plus a VIP pre-match stadium tour. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 to win. And it's all thanks to Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit calljacob.com.
All right, that's the end of roster talk. Are we going Luka or Dodgers next?
I think that, Andy, you saw something where people were saying the Lakers are the most likely team to have team turmoil.
They are one of the high team turmoil predictions.
And there's no way Luka wins MVP. We'll tell you why next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, what's up, LA? It's producer Laura.
And producer D.
LA, get ready to chop it up in the afternoons. The new DeMarco and Travis afternoon show is here.
Weekdays from 3 to 6, starting September 2nd. It's sports, it's life, it's LA, all with that barbershop talk feel.
Real conversations, real laughs, and a community vibe that feels like home. Don't miss the debut of the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show.
Starting September 2nd, only on ESPN LA.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
It's the summer tradition fantasy football fans wait for. The ESPN LA Fantasy Football Draft Party at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Sedano and Cab live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then stick around to hang out with the crew and dive into all the fantasy football action. Whether you're drafting your team or just soaking up the atmosphere, enjoy great food, drinks, giveaways, and the chance to connect with fellow fans. Thursday, August 28th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details. Thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Park. Party, play.
Come celebrate Roger Dunn Golf Shop's 60th anniversary this Labor Day weekend. Enjoy 25% off all Green Tag closeout apparel, 20% off Skechers and Puma golf shoes, and get a 50% bonus trade-in towards any new club. Don't miss out on these deals and more at Roger Dunn Golf Shop's 60th anniversary Labor Day sale the 28th through September 1st. Trusted by golfers since 1965 and home to the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Roger Dunn Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Hey guys, it's Sedano, and we got to talk about the new ESPN app, the most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse. The list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, the entire 30 for 30 library. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up now.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, we can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
You are listening to Travis and DeMarco on 710.
One specific request. I don't have to pay attention, care, or try.
Yes.
More Travis Rogers, more DeMarco Farr, right now.
Yeah, what is this? That's...
Music.
Will you stop? Every time I ask him, he does that. Isn't that the same beat from 8 Mile?
Right. Mobb
Yeah.
Deep. Yeah.
Yes. What's that line from Mobb Deep? Halfway crooks. That's it. Everybody says that. Jorge, I know you got to rap somewhere. I know you used to rap somewhere. You and Mario used to put it down.
No, Mario still does, actually.
I know, but somewhere you got one, too. You got a demo.
I just do the videos for Mario. That's
yes.
it. Yeah.
It's wild. Stepping up and taking your rightful place. And it seems like, I guess Steve Nash would be a great example. When it's just your time to win the MVP, the campaign starts, the beginning of the year, your name starts to show up around either one or two for MVP, potential MVP guys. Well, Luka comes here, and Sasha said it. Everybody says it. He belongs here. He's one of the biggest stars in the league. He should be with the machine that is the Lakers, and it seems like MVP would come with it. Team success. What Byron Scott said. You have to win a championship to be considered an MVP.
Well, you have to.
Or at least get close.
I was going to say, you have to, because it's a regular season award. You have to be putting your team in a position where it feels at least semi-realistic for them to win a championship. There are rare exceptions, like the year that Russ won MVP in OKC.
Good one.
With the triple-double season. I think in part also the story.
Those numbers were undeniable.
And it was the first season after KD.
Right.
And a lot of people thought the team would completely fall off. They didn't.
And
they were still a good team.
Yes. Compelling argument.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the West, the way it's constructed right now, and you study this more than most because you do a YouTube show.
And an audio show, Locked On Lakers, available 5 days a week everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday. Always free, never behind a paywall. And for the sickos who like to watch, there's a YouTube component.
I like the point now.
Yeah.
So you live and breathe this stuff. Do you think the Lakers actually have a shot the way they're constructed to win the West?
I think they have,
because that's putting yourself in position to win a championship.
I think they have a shot. I think a lot has to work out for them. I think a lot has to work out for them more than some other teams.
Okay. Can we take them step by step? What has to work out?
The defense has to be better than it is on paper. I think it is better than where they left off heading into the playoffs last year.
Via manpower?
Via manpower, bring in Marcus Smart, I think will help. I think having Jared Vanderbilt with his first offseason in a few years where he's not rehabbing something, I think can be helpful because Jared Vanderbilt, when you can find the right role for him, is one of the best perimeter defenders on this team, if not the best.
Okay.
I think having DeAndre Ayton there, if nothing else, is going to help the rebounding and ending possessions by grabbing a board.
Real quick,
part of defense.
At his best, what do you think his ceiling is? If there is a ceiling for him, it is what? I assume it's better than what we've seen.
I think it's the
give me a name. Who does he turn into if he's at his best? Because I keep hearing Embiid. If you turn into Embiid, I'm very happy.
I mean, Embiid, the best version of Embiid is an MVP level, and I think that's getting ahead of ourselves.
But Embiid, I'm talking for him, but that style of play.
Here's what I would say. In a lot of ways, DeAndre Ayton, he is for all the talk about motor with him, and I think that talk is at least understandable. He's never averaged less than 10 rebounds in a season. Like he's averaging like 3 offensive rebounds.
I mean, that's like runaround sacks in the NFL. Are you really getting sacks or are you just being an effort guy? Same thing with rebounds. You can get your numbers, but are you really affecting the game with your rebounds?
I mean, there was a period where for the Suns, when he was part of getting to the finals, he was clearly helping them.
Okay, keep going. Yeah.
I think for DeAndre Ayton, more than anything else, it's not going to be the numbers. It's going to be engagement. It's going to feel like, are you as engaged in everything going on? Are you as dialed in and seemingly bought in to whatever the asks are? Because to be fair to Ayton, it was very well reported that the season that Phoenix went to the finals, he was told, look, man, we need you to do some of the non-superstar, non-former number one overall pick things, like defensively, rebounding, dirty work.
Garbage pail guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And he did it. And then Phoenix, after telling him, if you do this stuff, we will pay you. They said to him, look, man, if you can get an offer, we'll match it. But we're not going to proactively do this.
Whatever Phoenix is, that's like Cleveland. Phoenix is there. I don't know what they're doing.
But what I'm saying is I think that in some ways disillusioned him.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, this is easy to talk the talk during an introductory press conference, but I was there during his press conference with the Lakers. Ayton said that, A, he recognizes he's not seen as a winning player. It seems to bother him. And also that being taken away from meaningful basketball kind of makes you miss it.
Okay.
So he's excited at being a part of it.
Two
I think
positives.
he also recognizes, too, if this stint doesn't work out, he's not going to be out of the league because he's too talented, but this is the last time he's ever going to get paid or even have the opportunity to get paid.
All right. That's
think
fair.
that
I like
motivates him.
contract year guys. I like guys that wake up because it's in there somewhere. Just one thing that became abundantly clear yesterday, talking to all those former Lakers, is the pressure that's on Luka is also on them too and role players. So whatever is driving Luka to be skinny Luka, I hope it drives Ayton to be the best he could possibly be because the same pressure is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The spotlight is on you. So defense on paper has to be better. I think we all know this. You're not going to make Austin Reeves a better defender. You're not going to make Luka into a better one-on-one guy, but you can do a better team effort.
You can do a better team thing. Also, I think the hope is having a guy like Marcus Smart there, or if Vanderbilt is healthy and has a place, Vando, is it puts a different ask on Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Where he may not be asked as often to check the best perimeter defender on another team.
I
Maybe
don't
the
mind
second
that at
best.
all. Yes.
Right. It'll make it somewhat better for Austin.
Yes.
And somewhat more realistic.
You
for
don't have
Austin.
to worry. Just go do what you do and score.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what else for them to win the West?
Obviously health. I mean, when you're talking about LeBron, 41 years old, Luka, he's had some injury issues in the past. We just talked about Vando. You need to make sure you keep him on the floor. DeAndre Ayton's had a few injury issues. Marcus Smart's had, over the last couple seasons, some injuries. So
What games LeBron play last year?
LeBron, I want to say, played about, he had the couple weeks off.
Couple weeks, but he was a horse last year. He played.
He played enough to he played at least 65 games, or else he wouldn't have been all NBA caliber.
When you say health, I don't worry about him, even at that age. I don't. I worry about Luka more because I don't know, like Luka, the old Luka. I don't want to say fat Luka anymore because he's not, or whatever. That's not funny.
Sure.
But Luka, in poorer shape, Luka was an injury risk.
Yeah.
I hope that skinny Luka doesn't come with new problems. Like you didn't lose weight just to lose weight and you become brittle and you miss more games.
There's too many people working with Luka who are experts on this stuff that they're not going to have him lose weight, I think, in a way that compromises all the other stuff. You know, I mean, a lot of this is you're losing some fat, but you're building muscle.
Right.
And building muscle is going to keep some of that weight on there. And Luka is really naturally strong. He's a naturally strong dude. Like, not maybe at the level that LeBron is naturally strong, but I think same concept.
He's not weak. I get you.
He's a naturally
the way he
strong
plays
dude.
and the way he bumps, you can tell he can hold his ground. All right, so defense, keeping Luka healthy, and just team health. What's the other? When does JJ come into this? Because he's avoided no one talks about him because we're always talking about LeBron and Luka. But where does he come in on this for you?
I think the expectations for JJ are going to be higher this season. You know, you give a guy who's a first-year coach, much less a first-year NBA coach, some degree of leeway because you're learning on the job, and you can't hire a first-time guy without some leeway for learning. Otherwise, you shouldn't have hired him in the first place.
How many coaches you been through since you've been doing this? Don't do the whole YouTube thing. Because you're about to. How many coaches you've been through
since I've covered the team?
Since you started.
Phil.
Yep.
Mike Brown, Mike D'Antoni, Byron Scott, Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham.
Here.
Luke.
Okay.
JJ.
JJ. Okay.
So
Clearly,
9.
Phil is a different deal.
Yeah.
Where would you stack up JJ to those other guys?
Too early to tell. I mean, like, I really
At
can't.
the beginning stages, you can at least compare embryo stages of their run.
I think JJ, all things considered, particularly in the regular season, did a pretty good job. Like, he had a couple different rosters to work with because of different trades. There was the period where LeBron was away from the team for a couple weeks, so you've got to negotiate that. Like, I think all things being equal, JJ did a pretty good job in the regular season. The playoffs, I think a lot of inexperience and some of JJ's impatience and I think, frankly, control freak stuff came through, but hopefully he learns.
JJ Redick, control freak, I'm not surprised.
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's part of what's gotten, just controlling process is part of what's gotten JJ this far in his basketball career,
right?
His media career. Like, JJ relishes being the smartest guy in the room.
Yes.
And he's a really smart dude, don't get me wrong. But I think there were some trying to control the uncontrollables or trying to make the imperfect perfect.
That's a
that
lot
got
of
in the way
ifs.
of JJ.
For going back to this, Luka to win the MVP, that's a lot of ifs unless you hand it to him. Unless the NBA has a vested interest in making him that guy. If Byron Scott, if that standard is true, that's
the standard of defense.
Standard of defense, putting your team in position to win it, just by virtue of the West and how it's stacked against you with all the ifs you had. You may not get that far.
Well,
you may end in the first round again.
Sure, but he will be decided as the MVP before the playoffs begin. Like, the voting's already in. So remember Dirk famously in 2007 won MVP. The Mavs got bounced by the We Believe Warriors.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming, and it felt like the NBA was putting off giving Dirk his MVP almost long enough for people to forget that
it gets
they
awkward.
They hadn't handed it out in the
I'm
first place.
glad you pointed that out because it could be awkward. You hand it to him, he's out in the first round.
Right.
I remember that. You had to wait on it, but Dirk was clearly the best player in the NBA, hands down, right? I mean, he was
a very, very
That's
good
a good
player.
point. I mean, that could happen to the Lakers well.
There have been plenty of MVPs. Like, I know Byron's standard of MVP included defense, and Byron can have whatever standard he wants.
Might be a bit high, but he's a champion.
Well,
yeah.
There have been plenty of MVPs who are not known for their defense. James Harden's won 2. He's never been known for his defense. Steph, I think, has turned into a good enough defender, but defense has never been
heard
Steph's calling
Steph and
card.
bad defense in the same sentence.
Early in his career, he was thought of as a really bad defender.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten better. I think he's gotten good enough.
Okay.
He's fine. He doesn't hurt the team with his defense.
You know who else was a fill-it-up guy and very small, but I never heard anything about his defense, maybe because his offense was so good, was Allen Iverson. Like, how do you hide a guy that small on defense?
Iverson back then was thought of a lot as a steals guy and a disruptive guy. And back then, steals were often more associated with good defense than the way it's often thought of now. Like, I'm going to look this up.
But at some point, a guy that small with a smart coach, you would get trapped in the post on a mismatch. And I can't remember that ever happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think AI back then was thought of as somebody, especially because we focus so much on one-on-one defense. The fact that he could get so many steals.
He can rip you and go. But just as far as like back to the basket, half-court defense, I never really saw him be a liability for his basketball team, which is surprising. The smallest guy usually gets picked on at some point.
Chris Paul used to be a great defender.
Yeah.
Did you know, DeMarco, a new season of USC football kicks off on ESPN LA. Coverage from the Coliseum starts at 2:30 p.m. Saturday's USC football game versus Missouri State, presented by Afila, a new EV brand from Sony Honda Mobility. The future of mobility is here.
Oh, so are we going SC or are we going Dodgers next?
Well, we got hot and cold next, so neither.
Dang it, I hate when you do that. All right, hot and cold next. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Hey, you know that feeling when you're finally asleep, deep in dream state, REM, and then bam, out of nowhere, your leg seizes up like you just ran a fourth-quarter sprint, like you're trying to chase down Saquon Barkley. You ain't getting him. I played through pain before, but a 3 a.m. leg cramp, next level pain, can't deal with it. I tap out every single time. Leg cramps used to wake me up out of deep sleeps. I'd be pacing around half awake trying to shake it off. I mean, what choice did I have? That's not rest. That's not recovery. That's a midnight sweat and a workout I didn't sign up for. Now I don't mess around. I keep Highland's Leg Cramps PM right there on the nightstand. If a cramp hits, the quick dissolving tablets go to work fast. No water needed and no groggy side effects. Very important. Just fast, effective relief that lets me get back to sleep and sleep through the night without that Charlie horse surprise. because real sleep is all that matters. So do yourself a favor. Take back the night. Take back your night and get the sleep your body needs. Pick up Highlands Leg Cramps PM today at Walmart, Walgreens, or CVS. Highlands Leg Cramps PM, because you don't need a midnight workout.
History will be made at BMO Stadium Sunday night as LAFC hosts first place San Diego FC for the very first time. And it's the highly anticipated home debut of global superstar Son Heung-min.
Oh, what a goal! Son Heung-min!
Don't miss this historic night from BMO Stadium. Coverage begins Sunday at 7 p.m.
And the sun shines again for LAFC!
710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense, use Thrive, and protect your business.
Pechanga Resort Casino is giving away $1 million in August. Win your share of the $1 million in prizes by using your Pechanga Club card when you play your favorite slots or table games to earn entries. Then, be at Pechanga Resort Casino every Saturday in August to activate your entries for the weekly drawing. You could be one of the many winners of the $100,000 in cash, and thousands in easy play is also up for grabs. Must be present to win. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID to participate.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show on ESPN LA.
It's time for Who's Hot and Who's Cold.
You're as cold as ice. Thanks to our friends at NextGen. NextGen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing of SoCal sports fans.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
Time for Who's Hot and Who's Cold. Thanks to NextGen. Right now.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Hody, hody. Emily, I got one quick question. One more thing. The MVP with Luka. Can Luka make Ayton into an all-star? Because that would qualify.
I don't think he can make Ayton an all-star just because I think the competition in the West is going to be too strong. But he could make him look like an all-star adjacent or somebody that we're thinking is playing at the level of an all-star.
Do you think he has all-star ability? Is it in there?
I mean, DeAndre Ayton was picked number 1 overall. For all the criticism of DeAndre Ayton, he averages for his career something like 15 and 10.
That would help if that dude became an all-star, catching lobs. That would help for MVP. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Emily. I'm sorry.
What's hot does relate to this because what's hot is the Mavericks. All right, so we're talking about how Luka Doncic has his new partnership
Hot under the collar
with Overwatch. I don't know what Overwatch is. Do you guys know what?
It's a video game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
First-person shooter.
Well, that's all I know.
Yeah.
It's a video game.
Oh, again, sure. Okay. Fine. But so you know how we have here in LA that we have LA Live here around Crypto.com Arena, which has a bunch of billboards, most of them digital, that can change and you can have like 6 or 7 billboards that go up during a day. So the Mavericks have a similar thing with American Airlines where they have the digital billboard. And guess who is on a digital billboard outside of American Airlines?
Shohei Otani.
Luka Doncic with Overwatch. And apparently, so Arash Markazi was saying that his sources have told him the Mavs weren't happy with Luka being on their billboard outside of American Airlines. And ownership forced it to be moved after saying it was too close to the arena.
Oh, that's great.
So are the Mavericks being sensitive? Should they just get over it? Would you do the same thing if you were the Mavericks? What do you guys think?
100%, I'd do the same thing. I know the Rams were hot at training camp at LMU, right? So there's a corridor going from the airport past that in and out. You know that what I'm talking about, going in there? Going down that corridor before you take the right into LMU, the Chargers had put up billboards. Like they put up, buy season tickets. Oh, they were mad. Absolutely, I would be hot if they did that. That's on purpose.
I will say this. Unless this is a situation where the Mavs had enough time to foresee the problem of Luka Doncic what's it called? Overwatch.
Or if Overwatch had bought this a year ago with
Right.
him on it, and it's just like, okay, the money's already there. We already bought the billboard space.
Like, unless there was a way for them to have tried to handle this proactively and they didn't, I mean, they don't need this reminder. They already
Salt
are
in the
still
wound,
dealing.
ain't it? Yeah.
An example of this that was funny, I was in Phoenix I want to say it was in late June. Yeah, it was late June because my daughter had a volleyball tournament there. And the tournament where they were playing is the convention center right near Phoenix's arena. And I went to this shopping center, and there was a massive billboard or like a wrapping of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant together.
No way.
And this was after the KD trade was not official, but it had been reported. We knew this was going to happen. I was like, son, I think I even tweeted this out. I was like, get your bleep together, sons. You got to take this thing down.
And I don't know the details of who owns what in Dallas, but I do know here specifically, the Lakers don't own LA Live. And so someone else owns the way to have billboards out there. So it could be something where the Mavericks might be like, oh, take this off, but the person who owns it, XYZ company, will like, tough luck. We want the $1 million from Overwatch.
If I'm the other guy, if I'm Overwatch, I'm keeping it there because everybody's talking about it. That's the most cruel thing ever. Have the Lakers ever been spurned?
Dwight Howard.
I guess so. You're
no,
right.
I mean, because they did a full-on
But you gotta
campaign to keep Dwight, the Stay D12 billboards that they put up around, and Dwight ended up leaving.
But you have to go someplace and be great to make them hate you. Yeah. I don't think so. Shaq?
That whole situation was a mess.
Shaq?
Yeah.
No, they
From
traded
Miami?
Shaq.
Right.
They traded.
Okay, that's different. Okay.
All right, what's cold is our boy Tommy DeVito. Tommy Cutlets was cut from the Giants, which means that he will have to move out of his mother's basement and move on. He has been picked up by the Patriots, so he'll be moving it to Boston for now. But what other stereotypically Boston thing could he adopt to himself?
Move back in the basement?
Well, that. Because, he had
Have a shamrock tattooed on your body somewhere?
He had the very
Start listening to House of
Italianness.
Pain.
Sure. All this, get clam chowder in every day. Listen to Dropkick Murphys on the way to work every day.
Hang out at Wahlburgers.
Yeah, all these things. But are you sad to see the Tommy DeVito experiment end in New York?
No, I feel bad. The meatloaf! I feel bad for one thing. Didn't he didn't take advantage. He didn't strike when the iron was hot. Didn't he turn down some sort of endorsement?
He attempted to.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of deals, but he attempted to shake down a small business in New York area. His agent did. It was all his agent's work. The agent that also looked like he was straight out of the mafia as well. His agent wanted more money out of this small pizza shop, and they couldn't pay it. And then Tommy went back later and then
I always
made
thought
it
it was
right.
more hype. There was more sizzle than steak there, so it had a shelf life. Kind of like, and please don't attack me if I'm wrong, but this is just what I think. Kind of like Linsanity. It was great for a time, and it's going to go away.
No, I mean, Jeremy Lin was a legit phenomenon as a player for about a month. He played incredibly well. From there, he was a good enough role player.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
he was an NBA player for a while, you know, like a legit NBA player, but like 7th, 8th, 9-man quality. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Like,
yes.
You know, that's the 1% of the 1%. If you can just be legitimately in the NBA. Culturally, though, he really mattered.
Fair.
Oh, he absolutely
I think
mattered.
the same for Cutlets, right? It's the East Coast. He kind of mattered.
Those Italians out there really needed the representation in New York.
Well, Jets and Giants, what do you think half their fan base is? You know what I mean?
I know. I'm quite aware that what half those fan bases are.
It meant it's just, but I never saw him as, you know.
one of their own out there.
There you
I
go.
just love the idea of his agent being like, nice pizzeria you got here. Shame if something happened to it.
I think he knew.
This has been Hot and Cold, brought to you by Next Gen, the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
Dwight Howard, what would have happened had he stayed? Because I always thought dude was good.
That whole season was a disaster.
What year is that again?
That was 2013, I believe. That was the season that Kobe tore his Achilles.
Oh, okay. That was a disaster.
Yeah, it was
an
absolute disaster of a season. Mike Brown got fired 5 games into it. Then the Lakers brought in Mike D'Antoni after publicly flirting with Phil Jackson, which
I do
poisoned
remember
the well
that.
on a lot of different levels. Pau Gasol and D'Antoni didn't get along. Kobe and really everybody didn't get along with Dwight. Steve, put it this way, Steve Nash, who is about as
easygoing,
and also he is like a teammate's teammate.
Yeah.
Like that guy is great with teammates.
Yes.
He was openly frustrated with Dwight and like his unwillingness to screen and roll, despite being arguably the best role partner in the league.
Right.
Because he kept hearing too much about Shaq, big man, got to dominate in the post.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It ruined Dwight.
Weird, but he seems like a hard guy to get to know. Got
He's
a lot of layers
guy.
to him. Yeah, a lot of layers.
I'll leave it at that. He's an interesting guy.
I was a fan. I'm shocked that did not work out. All right, coming up next, The Dump. Right, Emily? I got one right. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, guys, Sedano and Cap here, and we're going to the mornings. Cappy, are you ready?
I am not ready, but I will be ready on September 2nd.
Man, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. And, Chris, you're not invited until you get us what we need, okay?
Ooh.
And if you're in the audience, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And I'm sure you're not crying that Morales won't be on, that I may ban him right from the gate, okay? Right out of the gate, ban. Bam, that, Morales, all right? So, Sedano and Cap, Tuesday, September 2nd, 7 a.m., Jack.
This is The Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats live from the stands, and we've got a special update. Sources confirm fans using the Vivid Seats app are racking up rewards with every ticket and doing it fast. With an unbeatable lineup of seats and perks that go the distance, why use any other app for game day? Don't fumble this season. Grab your tickets through Vivid Seats, download their app, earn rewards, and as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, get $20 off your first $200 in-app purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
History will be made at BMO Stadium Sunday night as LAFC hosts first place San Diego FC for the very first time. And it's the highly anticipated home debut of global superstar Son Heung-min.
Oh, what a goal! Son Heung-min!
Don't miss this historic night from BMO Stadium. Coverage begins Sunday at 7 p.m.
And the sun shines again for LAFC!
710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
So this is really awesome news, and I'm really happy that this is going to happen. The state of California has declared that November 1st is Fernando Valenzuela Day, which is Fernando's birthday. And the California State Assembly member Sharon Quirk-Silva introduced the measure to how the positive impact his legacy has created in the Latino and Hispanic communities. So November 1st is Travis's favorite day now. And
I was going to say, Laura, if you're listening, you should start scheduling ahead. Travis is going to be out on November 1st. You're going to need to find a fill-in.
Right. So this is a wonderful day to celebrate somebody who made such an impact on this community.
That's a good way.
It's awesome.
How to celebrate guys that aren't necessarily Hall of Famers?
Well, look.
The city, make them days. Yeah.
Fernando meant as much to this city as any athlete over the last 50 or so years. Like, period. You cannot dispute this. The only thing you might be able to dispute is whether he's meant the most of any. Like, it's Fernando, Magic, Kobe, like in terms of athletes who truly meant something to the culture and fabric of this city.
I think I had one. I had a proclamation. Everybody gets this when you win a Super Bowl. Like my city, Richmond, California, I think there might be a DeMarco Farr Day.
Do you have the key to the city?
I did. Because the
you
guy...
had an oversized key?
Yeah, is it comically large?
It is. I think there is one. I never celebrated. No one even talks about it. It's just one of those things to get you to come back home and sign autographs. But I think I actually have a day.
Okay, throwback to when, did you guys watch American Idol?
Yes.
Okay, so I was really into American Idol in the very beginning. And I think the fourth season, when David Archuleta was in the final two, he was from Richmond, Virginia, which is where 45 minutes from where I'm from. And I remember being like, Mom and Dad, can you take me to like his hometown visit or whatever? And they gave him a key to the city, and I was really mad that I didn't get to go. So sometimes these like keys to the cities, these like honorable things, really do mean something to not only kids but like to other people.
No doubt. I think that was the last year I watched American Idol. Was his year, David Archuleta. Oh yeah, I remember that face. Okay, yeah.
He's a cutie. All right, so birthdays today. So happy birthday to Aaron Paul. He's turning 46. He is Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Okay, so if we did the Muppet logic with this, where there's one human in Breaking Bad, everyone else is Muppets, who is the human? Is it Jesse? Is it Walter White?
You know what? I'll tell you. As somebody who's rewatched the entirety of Breaking Bad a few times, one of the things that I've really noticed over time, not that I didn't think he was great in the moment, but you really notice on rewatches just how great Aaron Paul is as Jesse Pinkman.
Okay.
And how much like that show really hinges on his evolution as a character.
Because he's the comedic relief a lot of the time. He changes.
He becomes the
as much
conscience of the show.
I need to go back and rewatch because he got on my nerves watching the show.
Great.
Okay.
You realize how far and how dark the show goes when you see how far and dark it affects Jesse.
Yeah, like how he gets treated.
He's the one who reacts. He gets actually he feels things as opposed to Walter, who shuts things down. Like he does not. When push comes to shove to Walter, he puts a wall up. Jesse will cry out. He's the one that has the most heartbreaking scenes in the entire series.
That was my lasting image of Aaron Paul in that show, was the final scene where he gets out and he's...
Spoiler!
I mean, come on. If you haven't seen it by now, I can't help you. But just like how happy he was to get out of that. I'm like, damn, that sucked for him. You know what I mean?
Feel like that's I'm glad they did that, and that feels like the only ending that could happen is that Jesse gets away. You want him to get away, and then if you've watched El Camino, it's the right afterwards. And I actually really liked it.
I wanted him
It was
out.
good. I liked El Camino.
I wanted him to get away, and I wanted Tony Soprano to die.
Well, he might have.
Right. We don't know.
We don't know. He might have.
It's also Paul Rubens' birthday.
Hey,
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee. Yes.
That HBO doc, if you've not seen it, is
I
great.
haven't seen it. Do they talk about the whole thing?
Yeah, they talk about a lot in it. It's really interesting because it's the director, Paul Rubens died before the movie was released. And the documentary very openly addresses the artistic conflict between the director. Chris Smith is his name. He's a really good documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
And Paul Rubens, who the movie really reveals, he's a control freak. Like
Paul Rubens
was a
Pee-wee Herman.
massive control freak. Like other people that worked with him, like on Pee-wee's Playhouse and other stuff, confirmed. Massive control freak.
Really? Okay.
And Paul Rubens has a difficult time giving up control in this documentary, even though he agreed to let Chris Smith have the control of it. He has a really openly difficult time with it.
So they're wrestling the whole
Yeah,
time.
and also, too, like, Paul Rubens liked to screw with people. Like, he really liked to do that. It's a really, really...
to rib you, mess around with you?
Just mess with your head.
Oh, okay.
Like, to not let you know exactly what he's thinking.
Pee-wee Herman, if you take a step back and just look at what you're looking at, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's an overgrown kid, played by a man. It's really strange.
It's a great documentary.
Huh?
In a suit.
There you go. In a suit, right, that rides a bike.
Right.
Yes.
It's the 21-year anniversary of when this happened. So on this day in 2004, the U.S. men's basketball team lost a stunner in the semifinals of the Olympics to Argentina, the Argentine team led by Manu Ginobili, Luis Scola, and Andres Nocioni. And the Argentine team went on to win the bronze medal by beating Lithuania. But Team USA has lost just one Olympic game since. The U.S. team went on to win the bronze medal.
Nocioni had a pretty good NBA career, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a good player.
He bounced around for a while.
He did, but he had a solid NBA player.
I remember that group. It made me hate Ginobili almost forever.
People lost their damn minds in this country.
We don't lose in
They
basketball.
lost. But also, too, Larry Brown had his beef with LeBron and Wade and wasn't playing them the way that pretty much everybody expected.
Larry Brown seems like a control freak.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah. So this is another movie that I'm going to take a shot on. So, Jorge, have you seen this movie? Mary Poppins was released on this day in 1964.
Nope, I have not seen that either.
Come on! Not Mary Poppins. No Mary Poppins. No Wizard of Oz. What the heck?
No. Chespirito and Chavo. Who? La Risa Vacaciones. Stuff like that, man.
No Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
El Chavo.
Oh, okay.
But fond memories for Poppins for either of you?
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the movie, though.
The hills are alive.
Didn't they redo
Different
it?
movie.
Did
That
they
is Sound of Music. They have redone the Mary Poppins with Lin-Manuel Miranda and Emily Blunt.
Yes.
And Emily Blunt playing Mary Poppins.
Okay, what music is from Mary Poppins?
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Okay,
helps
you're
the
right.
medicine
You're right.
go down.
No.
And then also Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious,
Expialidocious,
as
yeah.
well as,
You
I
are
believe, Julie Andrews won her Oscars for Sound of Music and for Mary Poppins, and they were within a year of each other.
That's where I was mixing it
Yeah.
up. They both had Julie Andrews.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I had this friend in high school, elementary school, swears he could say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards. Like he could say that backwards, and all you actually heard was Moofus.
Sure.
Yeah.
I listened to this podcast with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and it's called Wiser Than Me. She had Julie Andrews on, and it was so funny to hear Julie Andrews cuss a lot on this show because, I know her as, Mary Poppins, and I know her as in The Sound of Music.
Bro, the first time I heard Bob Saget tell a blue joke.
I was just about to say that. I was just... That dude worked blue.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty... I mean, obviously, like, they're people. They grow up, and they also aren't their roles, but you just see them as these couple things, as well as Julie Andrews was also in Princess Diaries, which is big for me.
I would watch Vicente Fernandez on movies. I would watch El Santo. Have you seen El Santo movies? No.
El Santo?
Yeah, he's got movies. El Santos versus Las Momias.
She asked you, not me.
Sound of Music and
India
Mary
Maria.
Poppins. Okay, so one last thing for the dump here. So the NCAA and online payment service Venmo announced a partnership on Tuesday aiming to combat abuse and harassment of college athletes, some of whom have reported receiving unwanted requests for money from losing bettors and solicitation for inside information. So people on Venmo, if you don't have Venmo, you can request money from people, and most people's Venmo accounts are public. And so you can say, just say, hey, for losing to USC, and then request $100 because that's what I put in. This is ridiculous. Why are people doing this?
Wait, you can request, like, send me $100 because you lost the game?
Yes.
You don't have to pay it, right?
No. The person does not have to fulfill it if it's requested.
But it becomes harassment after a while when this becomes, high volume of Venmo DMs and requests.
All it takes is a wrong click to all it takes is one wrong click to send money to these people. People are crazy. People are stupid. They think it's funny, and it's not.
When we were leaving, Pechanga yesterday, I was doing the automated valet thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm showing them my ticket. I'm paying for it automated. But then I was adding tip. I accidentally and thankfully caught it. I meant to put in a $5 tip. I initially started to put a $500
Oh, boy.
tip. I appreciated the service, not that much.
If you did, would you ask for it back?
Yeah. Yes, I would ask them to fix something.
There you go. Wow.
Something needs to be fixed.
Venmo, you could actually send them a message. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
That just opens the door for idiocy.
Because it's DMs, but you want to find the love of your life on a DM, so there you go.
He did, not me. No, I said close it. It's another avenue for me to be bad. Anyway, Supercross talk. John Ireland just walks in with perfect hair, as he always does. Travis and
He's
DeMarcos.
like the werewolf of London.
He is. 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen from NFL Network. The Rich Eisen Show is coming to 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Tuesday, September 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon, right after the all-new Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, broadcasting live from Los Angeles every weekday. And now coming right here to ESPN LA.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN, the new home of The Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Los Angeles, the 2025 Rams season has finally arrived. Your defending NFC West champs are kicking things off with a home opener showdown against the defending AFC South champs, the Houston Texans. Two quarterbacks, one electric game. It goes down at the Rams house on Sunday, September 7th at 1:25 p.m. Purchase tickets at therams.com/HOU. That's therams.com/HOU. It's the Rams season opener on Sunday, September 7th. See you at the Rams house.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
No woo-woo, because when you sit there, that means Mason's not here.
He is here.
No,
He is
I'm
here.
here.
He's on
I'm just-
Comrex.
You're on
I'm
Comrex.
But I
Yes.
don't know. How you feeling, Mace?
You know, I'm feeling better today. I don't know how I'm sounding, but as we get going, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you sound okay.
What's wrong?
Yeah,
What happened?
I'll be okay.
He's sick.
Oh, you sick?
I don't have a woo-woo-woo in me. I had the Rona.
Yeah.
You
Gotta
know,
do it for
sit
you.
around.
We'll do it for you.
Um,
Real quick, how'd you hit him yesterday?
Okay.
It was fun to see you golf, fun to see you around your guys, your
Yeah.
Lakers, but how'd you hit him yesterday?
We had fun. We finished 5 under. The best part of the day for me was playing with the National University folks. They were like super cool. Like had a great time. We had we had two. I played with 2 men and 2 women. The 2 women, when they started, struggled, and by the end they figured out golf in 4 hours. It was like really impressive.
They figured out golf in 4 hours.
Jessica and Emily. Yeah, they were. They basically in the beginning were struggling. And they just kept working on it. And at the end, we started using their shots. It was great.
Wait a minute. I took 6 months trying to learn to play golf, and I never got a hang of it. And these 2 women got it right away?
Yeah, they were great. And
wow.
matter of fact, Emily, on our second to the last hole on a par 4, got us within 15 feet of the green.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought you meant figured out golf as in don't care about the results, just have fun.
Yeah, well, that too.
Okay.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun. That course is spectacular. You guys saw that.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah,
we were
but
under the tent, though.
That's the
I
first.
don't even know where the hell were you guys. I didn't know
Pachanga.
anything about this.
Pachanga in Temecula.
Nice. I hear that's beautiful.
It was the
It
goal
is.
for the Lakers Youth Foundation.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that part was we used to do this every year, and in the last year we did it was 2019, and then COVID happened, and then it just for whatever reason it got like caught up in red tape. This was the first year.
Oh, cool.
In 6 years they did it, and the Lakers Youth Foundation is a pretty cool thing. They basically collect money from things like this golf tournament, and then if you have a nonprofit, a charitable organization anywhere in Los Angeles, you can apply for a grant from the Lakers Youth Foundation, and they've helped. I think it's over 200 different charities in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Over the past few years, and they're just going to keep doing it.
Not charity, responsibility, and duty. I really I respect that. I told AK when we started the show, I did not know, and I don't know what to call him. Maybe you. Is it Ron Artest? When I get punched, if I call him Ron, or do I have to call him Meta?
He's pretty mellow. I think he'll go by. I call him Meta when I see him.
Okay.
He'll answer.
I called
anything.
him Meta when I saw him.
Did you? I wanted to meet him. He is one of my favorite players, and just to sit across from him so I can judge for myself.
Sounds weird, but really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a weird dichotomy. So obviously, the most famous moment in his career is when he went into the stands and beat up that guy.
Yes.
That guy's name is John Green.
You know the name?
The wrong guy, by the way. He actually started going at the wrong guy.
And the reason, well, John's the one who threw the drink. He now admits it.
No, but remember, initially, he started punching the wrong guy.
Right.
And the guy started pointing like, no, him.
Him.
The story is that now John Green, who he got in the fight with, and him are friends. And when Meta was in studio with Mason and
Meta and that guy are friends now?
Meta sought him out and goes, I feel really bad about what happened that day. Let's get together.
Wow.
And they did. And now they make like joint appearances on shows to talk about how you can make up even when in the worst of situations.
I don't need to meet him. That's awesome.
The other thing,
when the Special Olympics were in town years ago, I did some work with them, and we played in one of those mixed basketball games. John, you may have been in one of those, right?
Yeah, I've played in them before. I can't remember if I was in this one.
Yeah. So anyway, our test was Meta was there. I was there. A bunch of people were there. So at some point. And the guy, the goal is to make it a good basketball game. But at some point, I found myself guarding Meta World Peace, and he is so big and went right to the rack on me. He like smiled at me and then went right to the rack. He's a big man.
DeMarco, you'll appreciate this story. So I've probably told it to you before, but do you remember a guy that played in the NFL when you were in the league named Jerry Ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
All right.
Yes.
So Jerry Ball,
aptly named.
Yes, he was.
Like
Yes,
a lot of
he
people
was.
in the Farr family is from Beaumont, Texas.
Yes.
So one year, Jerry has a charity event in Beaumont, and the first night of it, the Friday night, was all of the local sportscasters in town, all the TV news guys, playing against Jerry and friends.
Oh, no way.
Okay. So we get out on the court, and we take the court first. And this guy saddles up next to me, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "I'm not a hooper, so you got to take it easy on me." And I look at him, and I go, "You're Barry Sanders. I'm not taking it easy on anybody."
Oh, my God.
Comes down, hits his first shot. Then he totally sandbagged me.
Yeah.
Hits his second shot. I go, "I thought you couldn't play." He goes, "Must be lucky today."
Set you up.
He totally could play.
He set you
yeah,
up. That's
totally
awesome.
could play.
That is awesome. I asked him, we were talking to Byron Scott, who was also out there, who looks great.
The best.
Fish, Sasha.
Byron really, it's a cliche to talk about former athletes. Oh, he looks like he could still play. Byron legitimately looks like he could still play.
Right.
They all did. They all looked great, but they all had, I wouldn't say took shots. They all had something to say about Luka. And then we talked about this list that came out about potential MVPs or whatever, and Luka is number 2. If you go by Byron Scott's definition of MVP,
It was Jokic number 1?
Yes.
In this ESPN pundit poll, like predicting who will win MVP, Jokic was 1, Luka was 2, SGA 3, and then I think Giannis and Ant tied for 4th, and I don't remember who's 5th.
All right, so I hijacked your question. What was your question?
Putting him at 2, Luka at 2, I thought was a little bit forced. If you go by Byron's measurement or metrics for being an MVP, you got to put your team. You got to win a championship or put your team in position to win one. You've got to make everyone else around you better, and defense is a major part of it.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Byron's wrong.
Remember, this is Byron's criteria,
His
not
list.
necessarily voting criteria.
I'm interested. Go ahead.
Jokic's calling card is in defense.
Right. And nor is, I mean, SGA is good defensively, but he's not first team all defense. And he won last year. And Jokic won the year before. And
Steph has won a few times. Harden's won a few times.
Right. You can.
Hey, there he is.
Michael's walking in. But, and Mike would agree with me on this. For whatever reason, voters, media does not value defense in the NBA. And you're literally on defense half the time.
It never comes up in
I don't know if you guys
voting.
talked to Michael Cooper yesterday, but Michael and I argued for 10 years that if you don't put Michael Cooper in the Hall of Fame, it's not a real Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to any Showtime Lakers, Michael, Magic, Worthy, Kareem, all guys that Mason and I have talked to over the years, they will tell you, and Michael will back me up on this as soon as he gets his headphones on, they don't win any of those titles, none of the 5, none of Magic's 5 championships if Michael Cooper's not on the team. Yet, it took him
forever,
30, 40 years to get into the Hall of Fame.
Actually, Coop was the only voice of dissent. Everyone else kind of agreed with Byron Scott. Coop said, and he brought up Bob McAdoo. He said, McAdoo, let your offense be your defense. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah.
With Luka?
But if you're good enough offensively, for example, you know, nobody was ever taking Carmelo Anthony out of the game because he didn't play defense, but he didn't.
Right.
He didn't play defense. And, you know, Andy, this comes up a lot on the shows you do. For whatever reason, defense isn't sexy, so people forget. You know, that's why I actually think Marcus Smart should start for the Lakers.
Really?
I think he should start too.
Because he gives you a point of attack. Who
goes to the bench?
Rui.
Okay. And two reasons for Marco. One, look at all the elite scoring guards in the West. Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, SGA, Devin Booker, Ja Morant. I could go on.
You need something going the other way.
You need a point of attack defender to take on those guys. And Austin and Luka aren't that. They're great players, but they're not that. So if you start Marcus Smart, he can start the game on defense, and then you bring Rui in, and this is the second part of my argument. Rui is better than the other team's second unit, so he'll tear that up.
That sounds.
I think he'll actually get more shots too coming off the bench, because if he's part of that first five with LeBron, Luka, Austin, and now DeAndre Ayton, he's just going to get lost.
I like
but
that.
Michael, do you agree that
the MVP conversation? Let me just jump in.
Yeah.
On the MVP conversation, the other thing is it's a traveling trophy most of the time. Jokic has won a bunch of these things, but ultimately, Luka has not won one yet, and I think that factors into his MVP chances this year.
And, Michael, I don't know why, but I've never thought that defense mattered in the MVP race.
No, it doesn't. Otherwise, Steph won 2 of them.
Right, back to back. Yeah, 2 in a row.
Steph, not known as a defense. Steve Nash won 2 in a row. Couldn't guard me at my age. But it's like in the NFL when you see an edge rusher, great rushing the passer, but can't stop the run.
Yeah,
so that's what separates the great ones from the good ones.
Right. I'm just shocked that defense doesn't factor into it at all. You got to stop somebody.
Yeah. So people were talking about Trey Hendrickson, who just signed with the Bengals, who's as good at sacking quarterbacks as anybody in the league. Has led the league in sacks 2 years in a row. Apparently, his run defense isn't good. Which is why Cincinnati gave up 31 points a game last year.
You kind of hide him, but he makes up for it rushing the passer. That's where he makes his money. But that just makes total sense. But I'll say this: all of them had to say this without saying it. There is a lot of heat on Luka this year. There's a lot riding on him.
Why?
Because he's the guy for the Lakers.
Yeah, but nobody's expecting the Lakers to win it this year. They're not the favorites. They're a playoff team, but they're not Oklahoma City or Cleveland.
You would think the way people talk about the Lakers.
Nah.
Well,
we got to be realistic.
The Lakers are a championship or bust fan base.
Yes.
So that's part of this. But Michael's right. If you look at any serious prognostication of the NBA, the Lakers aren't in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it too, they are in a position where you can win 50 games and still be the 6th seed in the Western Conference because the conference is so good.
Don't wake me up from my dream. The Lakers are always.
Well, I think the Lakers are going to be better than people think.
They're going to be good.
I like the addition. I like the additions they made. I really like the Marcus Smart. I think Jake LaRavia is going to be a little better than people expect.
You said that, yeah.
And I think Luka, the skinny Luka, is going to have a big year.
Well, that, by the way, too, I think is something that could potentially play into Luka's MVP case. The narrative. And the narrative, especially if Luka plays really well and the Lakers are good, is this was part of Luka's season, the off-season dedication after, by the way, being sideswiped and discarded by Dallas and then bad-mouthing. Like, it's all part of the story.
Remember how good the Dodgers were when they had a Jew leading the way? Sandy Koufax?
Dude, Michael.
Then we got a behavior leading the way.
Wow. I see what you have coming up. That was super crosstalk. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
That's how we got there.